Yo, yo, yo.
Man, what is going? Man, what is going on?
Not much.
Oh,
Just
my
hanging
heifer's
out.
in here. Hey, honey, what's going on, girlie?
Watching some Ahsoka. Star Wars.
Bazooka.
Ahsoka.
Oh, Star Wars.
Yeah.
What is that about, anyway?
Boy, I was getting
So
sleepy
she
waiting, boy.
Anakin's she would be Anakin's Padawan before he turned into Darth Vader.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Is it? So it's a series.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, how many are there?
Hold
Whole
on.
season or what?
They I don't know if they've uploaded the whole season yet. I'm gonna turn it off in here, but there's 5 episodes right now.
Is it an hour long?
They are yeah, about an hour. Anywhere from 40 minutes to an hour, I would say.
Pretty good or what?
So far, I like it.
So far. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see if it keeps me hooked.
Yeah. Get you on that Star Wars juice, man.
Yeah.
Let's
I used to like Star Wars as a child. I liked reading the books.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Let me see. Oh. Let me see. Where do we leave?
Dre, what is up?
Hey, buddy.
What's going on, everybody?
What is the deal?
Oh my.
Chill.
I almost fell asleep waiting on you. I sat on that couch for a second, man. I started dozing off.
Man, trust me, I was rushing to get here, man. I just had like, so much stuff to do. That's why I said, you know what? You're what? Getting what?
I was gonna say I was getting a lick of sleepy.
Yeah.
Sleepy. I'm no Russian. I'm Spanish.
I'm Spanish.
Sac passe. Oh, Lord.
There's this old cartoon, man, and I'm gonna look for it. I'm gonna see if I have ever seen this cartoon.
Trouble's here.
God bless you guys. God bless you guys.
He came in through another way, bro.
He must have. I didn't see him.
He's got access.
He must have crept in through the back window.
Guys, from now on, every Muslim,
window.
From now on, every Muslim comes by you guys, make sure you tell them, open your camera, let's check out your eyes. If they're crossed eyes, oh boy. Dre, I'll let you finish your eyes.
If they're cross eyes, oh so man, what did y'all come up with?
No, it's not us, bro. Their holy book says it, bro. Their holy book says that if they were crossed, that if their mother, if he was procreated, I don't even know how to say this, bro.
Okay. I'll make it short and simple. God forgive me for what I'm saying. If the husband bangs his wife doggy style, the child will become a cross-eyed.
Okay, hold on a second. Hold on. Okay, so everybody, forgive us. I'm only trying to clarify something that a book says. I don't want anyone to get offended. Which, by the way, I'm glad we're talking about harnessing emotions. So I'm going to ask you to please harness your emotions because I'm just trying to clarify what a certain book is saying. So we do know that this is not new. There are many ways to conform your body to have sexual relations with your significant other. So you're saying that there's a book that says that if you put your wife in the dog position and maybe I guess I'm saying do this aggressively, it'll make her eyes crossed. Is that what
No,
the
the
book said?
child, the
Mm-mm.
child that she's gonna conceive
Oh,
is gonna be cross-eyed.
okay.
So
Because
So
of
if you
the,
meet a
because
Muslim
of that
Trot and he's
position.
cross-eyed, that means that he was conceived in that style.
Oh my lord.
Oh my Lord, have mercy. Oh
This is in the
my God,
this is in the
y'all
Quran, by the
y'all are
way.
bro,
kidding.
this is in the
This is
book.
Y'all
That's
are
in the
kidding.
no, this is in
Quran?
the Quran,
That's in the Quran.
Trot.
It's
This is
not
in the
our
Quran.
fault.
This is in the
Oh
Quran.
my goodness.
It's not our fault. I mean, it's chapter 2. Write it down, chapter 2, and Surah
No,
223.
don't read it.
Yeah,
Do
no, it's
not read
funny. It's
that.
funny. It's funny. Read it. All right, God bless you guys.
It's crazy, bro.
All right, bye.
All right,
Hey,
bro.
look
This guy's nuts.
out of all the times, hey Dre, out of all the times that my heifer is listening in, look what she said.
This is the time she's listening in. Let me see. Well, now
She
I know
don't
why.
ever listen
I
in.
didn't come.
Bro, she listens in like half the time, and out of all the times she comes in, it's during one of Kapora's infamous wisdoms.
Right. Out of all the times,
Oh
this
my
is the
Lord.
time. Yeah, he had showed me that earlier today, and I was like, no way, bro. This does not say that, bro. There's no way. And yes, way, it says it. It absolutely says it, bro.
Hey, and my brother's in here. Kapora, you show up, bro. Just so y'all know, Kapora comes in here like once every other, like once a month, maybe twice a month, and the odds of both of y'all being in here is, oh my God, now oh my Lord, bro, the lady that comes over to clean my house, she's in here. Oh my Lord, what are the odds? Oh my Lord, bro.
I'm gonna need everybody to, if y'all notice up there, it says harnessing your emotions. Today is about harnessing your emotions. So we actually planned this. This was a test to see if you can. No, I'm joking.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's right. You tell him, bro. You tell him.
Yeah, this is a test. We're trying to see if you can harness your emotions. You see, I harnessed mine. I closed my camera and then I started laughing.
Yeah.
Hey, you ever had some of these?
Hold on, let me make the screen big. Let me give you a mushroom. Hold up. Let me see.
You ever had somebody never tried these yet? It says,
let me read it. Bring it close. No, let me read it, man. Bring it close. It says cold what? Oh, it's folded. It's folded. I can't read it because there's a crease in the middle of it.
What about now?
All right, cold brew. Cold brew?
Yeah.
Caramel, cold blue. What? No, I never even heard of those.
Me neither. I saw the story today. I was like, it says coffee flavor with other natural flavors. So caramel cold brew. So it's caramel coffee basically. See, look, see the chick. See the purple heifer with the coffee in her hand.
Yeah, I see her, man.
Yeah, that doesn't look good. I love M&M, just a regular thing. Hey, we're matching, brother. What's going on?
I hope they're real good, and I'm gonna tell you they're nasty, so you don't buy them all up.
I'm gonna buy all of them. You better not tell me they're good.
I'll let you know.
He's like, oh no, don't worry. My brother's already giving you crap, bro. He's saying they're gross. He's already tried them, I guess. All right, so we're going to let up somebody named Taco. So if you get offended easily, close your ears. Oh, never mind. Taco left.
Yeah, hey, don't forget the sour cream, bro.
Never mind.
Yo, hold on. Taco Tuesday.
Sour cream.
Taco Tuesday.
Taco Tuesday.
I'll tell you what, Trop. If you like caramel and you like coffee, excellent.
It's not caramel, bro. It's caramel. It's caramel,
whatever.
Not caramel. It's caramel.
Is it really good?
Caramel.
Are they really good?
Oh, yeah. Seriously, they're really good. If you like caramel and you like coffee and you like chocolate, this is it.
So it's just caramel and chocolate, or is there a peanut in there too, or is it just a caramel and chocolate in there?
Have you ever had a caramel macchiato?
die for. To
from
die.
Starbucks.
Die for.
Yes,
It's
I've had a caramel. I've had one. Yeah,
It's literally the same taste.
I've tried it.
It's a
Your
caramel
wife no
macchiato
tacos
M&M.
for you, Trot?
Huh?
No,
Wait, what?
your
You
wife
said
no tacos for you, Trot. You're on a diet.
No tacos, huh? No tacos for you. Oh my lord, honey, can you? Hey, what I tell you about embarrassing woman? Listen,
Bring that
They're
lady
my
up.
friends.
Bring that lady up here. Put her in the box, man. She's got to be up here.
I don't think she's got 300 followers.
Mackenzie,
Fix that right away.
the
Fix that
reason
right away.
Big Net wants you to come up here is because you're the only person that can pick on Trot and get away with it without him twisting it. Well, he's going to twist it, but you actually are the only one that can pick on Trot because he picks on us all day. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We all get picked on.
All day.
Oh my lord, isn't this? Oh, I
24/7,
Right
365.
about there.
Yeah, tomorrow is right about their time.
Oh my God, Mackenzie, really?
What?
Wow.
What? Was he? No, I don't. I have better things to do than beg for friends. God, beg for friends? Are we in the same conversation?
Big for him. You could just pay for him. right, Dre? You can go to a website and buy them.
Well,
my lord.
What Trot could
Honey,
do is just say,
get hold on, let me speak my heifer's language. Everybody time out. There, all right. We're good. All right, so with that being said,
Look at what Freddie wrote.
Why thou criest, oh my Lord, have mercy. Let me see. All right. Let me see. All right, we left off. Let me get on this right here. Only doing that because I'm not. Will you quit talking smack? Hey, quit begging for friends. Quit begging for friends. Quit begging for attention. All right. Hey, woman, don't you got something better to do, like make a pie or, go study your homework or something?
You would say, Trot, don't you got some wood to cut?
Hey, Bubba,
Yo.
I'm almost done. I am almost done. Actually, you know what, dude? Never mind.
I'm supporting her. I'm gonna go do a video so they could go and follow her.
Bro, I'm dead serious, man. Like, Dre, I don't think I even told you this, bro. The other day I looked back there. I don't know if I told you that, like, a pretty decent sized branch broke off from one of the trees in the front, bro. A huge branch broke off in the back. It's probably in diameter. It's probably about 8 to 10 inches in diameter, and it's probably about 25, 30 feet long. Dude, it's a huge branch. And so
was it the pecan? The pecan?
Yeah, it's one of the pecans. One of the pecan trees back there. Yep.
Dre, she told him to go clean my house.
God,
Hopefully it wasn't no olive branch.
Or you better scroll down. You better go clean my house.
No, you need to clean my house. What? Stephanie, I need you. Stephanie, you still in here? Stephanie, that's right, Stephanie. We're wondering if maybe you can come sooner than a couple of weeks. Please. She's gonna get home and she's gonna find dust. She's gonna find dust somewhere.
Stephanie said, "That's my job."
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, Steph, we're hoping maybe you can come sooner. I need a miracle. Hey, bro, you know what I got Stephanie down as in my phone? You know what her name is in my phone, bro?
Oh, man. That's dangerous. What?
EOD. You know what that is?
That's the explosion,
You don't
folks,
know
ain't
what that is? Yeah. Yeah. That's her name in my phone, bro.
That's funny. That's funny.
Yeah. Man.
Oh
my God. Hey,
Mackenzie is not playing, bro. Oh, my God.
Hey, listen, bro. Bro, she's at a police. Listen, bro, she is at a police conference and she's just feeling all froggy. I'm going to choke you out when you come home, woman. You better behave.
It's getting serious down there.
Hey, man, she knew part two. She knew part two is called Derailed, so she had to get on there.
She had to get on. That's what it is. She's on Derailed. My Lord.
She wanted to hear her. What is the Songs of Solomon called? She wanted to hear her beloved's voice. That's what it was.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my Lord, your comments. Lord, hey, Lord, man, shoot.
What's going on?
When you get here, hey, what's going on, Eddie? What's up, man? What's on your mind?
Not much. What's going on, guys?
Well, we're doing amazing over here, man. Well, how's it going over there where you're at?
It's all right.
It's all right. Oh man.
Yeah.
You need to come to D-Scale. You need to come to D-Scale more often.
What do you guys do around here?
Well,
we do amazing.
Just make sure you're doing. We make sure you're doing more than all right.
Like, what do you guys teach?
Mackenzie is snapping down there, boy. She is on one today, boy.
Oh my Lord! Let me see where
she's on fire.
Hey, I took a class today called Emotional Intelligence. I learned how to deal with my emotions like college. Oh my Lord! She is at this police conference.
We need her up on the panel. No joke.
Yeah, she did. She took a class. No, she's telling the truth. She took a class today called Emotional Intelligence, but it's a women's conference. You don't see those classes at men's conference.
Eddie, you're an Islamic believer, Eddie?
No, I'm not a Muslim.
Oh, okay.
Muslim? What's a
know.
Muslim, Eddie?
I don't know why that guy called me a Muslim. That's so weird.
Who did? Who called you that?
That Kapora guy.
No, the one here said an Islamic believer.
I have seen you on Kapora's live, Eddie. I think you are an Islamic believer, bro. You're capping.
No, I'm not Islamic. I denounce
no.
Prophet. He is not a prophet.
Oh, you denounced your prophet. Okay, so I guess you're not an Islamic believer anymore.
Yeah, I used to be.
Okay, that makes sense.
Believe in, Eddie?
Kapora saying he's lying. So Kapora saying he's lying.
No. I used to be a Muslim, and then I apostated because I don't believe in that religion.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Exactly.
Well, what? Hey, Eddie, what do you believe in?
I'm just I'm looking into Catholicism right now. Yeah.
Well, today we are talking about harnessing your emotions. So you are obviously free to join us. We're going to talk about that, and I need to start doing that ASAP before my heifer gets any more ideas to start mooing over here on this channel.
Well, Eddie, I think Kapora is a Catholic. You might could talk to him about it.
Nah, Kapora's not a Catholic. He's a Syrian Church of the East. Yeah, that's like a different church.
Oh, well, anyway, Eddie, we're going to talk about harnessing your emotions. So if you want to chill, you can chill.
Okay. Thank you.
If not, then that's all right. That's all up to you. Or if you're feeling froggy and you want to get into the ring with the Royal Rumble arguers of Tick, sure, you can find one out of the 5,000 that will allow you to make yourself look like a fool and enter in with your knee pads and elbow. But you can still chill right here. Okay, so we left off today. Let me see. We were going over rejoice in the Lord always. Let your heart not be troubled. Fear not. Even through a hard time, the Bible still says to rejoice in the Lord always. It doesn't say when things are perfect and things look good that's when you rejoice. No. It says rejoice in the Lord always. And that word in the Greek means always. So you always rejoice, regardless of the circumstance, because circumstances change. Your circumstance is not always going to, let me see. Yeah, so I'm trying to find a little. So, even, in the world, this world, right, you're going to have tribulation, but we are supposed to do what the Bible says, and that is to be of good cheer, right? And we're supposed to be of good cheer because Jesus overcame the world. That's why we're supposed to be in good cheer. We're not supposed to be in good cheer because our feelings tell us to be in good cheer. We're supposed to be in good cheer because Jesus has already overcome the world. So, he would be unjust to tell us these things, right? If you think about it, these are type of, if you want to use the word commandments and things of that nature, he's telling you to rejoice always, let your heart not be troubled. Then he says, fear not. And he says these things, and then he says, be of good cheer because I have overcome the world. He would be unjust to give us these commands and hold us accountable, if you couldn't control it or if it was impossible. So if it was impossible to do these things, if it was impossible to rejoice in the Lord always, if it was impossible to fear not, during hard times, if that was impossible, he wouldn't have told us to do it, right? So he gives us commands because you can do it. You can harness your emotions. The one thing that you can't do is become perfect in your flesh. That's the one thing that you're not going to be able to do. But what you can start learning how to do is you can start learning how to act like an adult, okay? And, hold yourself together for the people around you. That's something you can do, and he tells us that we can. So it's not like we're just making this up. Most people will tell you it's okay to sit down with your thumb in your mouth and they'll sit down with you and hold you and say it's okay, and they'll pat you on your back. Most people it's just easier for them to only mourn with you. The Bible tells us that we're supposed to mourn with those that mourn. But some people only know how to mourn. They don't know how to tell you, let your heart not be troubled, fear not. There's a lot of people that don't know how to do that. They can't wait to find somebody crying so they can cry with them, right? The point is, you can't, we're supposed to rise above that is the point, right? You don't have to allow your feelings to dominate you. You don't have to. You can choose to, but you don't have to. You have a choice. You could choose to believe God and, love your enemies. You can do it, or God wouldn't have commanded it, right? And I'll say something about the whole enemy thing. Just remember, the Bible tells us that we wrestle not against flesh and blood. So be careful about calling all the humans your enemy, right? Be careful with that. You think just because you and someone is not getting along that they're your enemy. The enemy is your carnal mind. And everywhere you go, that carnal mind is there. Everywhere you go. That thing is the enemy. We talked about spirit, soul, and body the past few days. We've been talking about spirit, soul, and body, and we've been talking about that because it is good for you to know that you are a spirit, a soul, and a body, and it's good for you to know, how those, how each one of them works. It's wise for you to know that. And so the flesh is the part of you. The flesh is part of you that wants to fall apart like a $2 suitcase. But the spirit is telling you not to worry or have fear. Let's see. God is one spirit. Yep. He only has one spirit. Yep. We are one soul in one spirit. Well, we're the spirit and the soul is in the body. So yeah, we're a 3-part being. Yep. Will, you're right. So, most people we'll back up and say this. It's better yet, before we go there, 2 Kings in chapter 4 and 2 Kings, it says that it's talking about a house that's being built, right? This is Elisha, and we know that this is God's heart. That's what this is referring to. Elisha blessed the woman, right? The woman and the husband, they built a house, it says, like on top, on the roof. And it's just a spiritual, to see spiritually what it is that she's doing it's just amazing, because they build this on the roof, the house. They build this for the man of God, which is Elijah, and this is representing God's heart. And Elisha blessed this woman with the child, and we know further in the story that child dies, and she put him in Elijah's room. Notice where she goes. She goes to the man of God's room, which is the upper room, right? The upper room is a place very well known to people who read the Bible. That's where the Spirit was given, right? That's where, quote unquote, faith operates, in the upper room. But that's where she put her son who passed away. And it's just not a coincidence that Elijah said, "Take my rod and put it on the lad." And so the rod was put on the lad, and then Elisha did some other things there. But it's just amazing the attitude of this woman, right? When all this was going down, and I go over this story a lot because it's just so phenomenal. She didn't allow the hard time that her son died. She didn't allow that to ruin the opportunity she had to go find Elisha. It tells us that when she found out her son had died, a lot of women, no offense, would have fell apart like a $2 suitcase and just started screaming in the house. And what would have happened is that servant would have ran outside and told the husband. You pay attention, the husband is out working in the field. But, and this is just kind of like a minor thing. I just think it's awesome that the husband's got work to do. And she could have easily went and distracted her husband from work and probably would have ruined a whole day's worth of work for the house. So she handles it herself. So the son dies, she's leaving the house, and one of her helpers is like, "Is everything okay?" And you could just see her attitude. "Yeah, everything." You got to understand, not everything is fine. Her son just died. But she knew how to harness her emotions. She knew how to tell her flesh to shut up so an objective can be done. There was an objective, a goal, a task, a mission, right? The jokes, you had one job. Bubba, she had one job, and she wasn't about to allow the flesh to get in her way. And that's how a lot of you need to be. For too long, your flesh has got away, and it's been kicking your butt. You need to start kicking its butt back. And that's what this lady did. She was asked, is everything okay? She's like, yeah. Most people will call that lady crazy, like your son just died. But you know what she said? She said, yeah. Now, the truth is, everything is not okay in the flesh, but her eyes were focused on where it is okay. And that's towards God, because that is where our eyeset is supposed to be. We're supposed to be God conscious, not circumstance conscious. She didn't allow the circumstance to move her. She only focused on what was true. She didn't allow feelings to move her. She only allowed what was true to move her. Tells the lady, yeah, everything's fine. And then it says when she's a little down the road, somebody's like, hey, is everything okay? She's like, oh yeah, everything's fine. She's constantly just telling people, hey, good to see you. Everything's fine. And then finally, Elisha goes, or the servant says, hey, that lady's coming. The one that described the lady. Elisha's like, hey, go down there and see if everything's okay. So Elisha's servant finally makes it to her and says, hey, everything okay? She goes, yeah. She just constantly saying, oh yeah, everything's fine. But as soon as she gets to Elijah, bam, she starts telling him the business. She's like, hey, I got to tell you, son died, man. You said, it's funny, she holds him accountable. You said that I was going to have a son. Well, I don't have one now. So he comes back, and you can read the story yourself. The boy is resurrected. But some of these things are just always looked over. So many things in the Bible are looked over. And in this case, it's not that she was just acting like nonchalant. It's just she did it more than once. She wasn't just asked by one person, how is everything? She was asked more than once. And she's like, oh yeah, everything's good. Your flesh is the one that's always asking you, are you okay? And if you don't know better, you're going to be like, no, everything's so bad. and it got you again. It got you again for the 1,000,000th time, man. Make you fall apart like a $2 suitcase because you keep focusing on what it's asking. You keep focusing on what your flesh is asking, and your flesh is asking you, hey, are you okay? Or it'll just lie to you straight up. Hey, you need to cry. This is horrible. And you're like, you know what? I agree. You just lose it. But this lady was asked, hey, you okay? Is everything okay? Oh, yeah, everything's fine. So people say, well, she's lying. Is she? Is she lying? Who is she lying to? The flesh? You know why it sounds like she's lying? Is because the flesh doesn't have faith. Don't you understand? Your flesh only has senses. What it can see, taste, hear, smell, feel. That's all it has. Therefore, it has emotions. But your flesh has irrational emotions. It doesn't have rational emotions. It only has irrational. And when you're so used to allowing your flesh to express itself, you're going to fall short every time. Oh, man, what was that? Do this.
Sounded like you fall short. There you go.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry, what'd you say, Bill?
No, you know me and my smart remarks. Go ahead.
Oh, no, you're good. Yeah, so, it's just our job for the sake of your family, for God's sakes, not just you, for the sake of your family. If she would have went out there and disturbed her husband about this minor setback, notice how she looked at it. Just think about it for a second. She did not look at it as like this is a fact. She looked at it as a setback. Like, you know what? Let me go get the man of God to correct this issue here that I have. She could have went out there, started bawling to her husband, crying. Her husband would have came home. Everybody would have been crying. And then now there's no work done. You know, a lot of people spend a lot of time crying, man. I'd rather watch a movie, to be honest with you. And you go there and cry in the dark for nothing. You know, they're like, well, it makes me feel better. I'm telling you, it makes your flesh feel better. And you feed your flesh. The more you feed your flesh, the more you have to feed your flesh. It just gets more hungry. You know, it's kind of like our stomach, not our outside belly, but I'm talking about the organ, the stomach, right? The round ball that the food goes into inside your body. You know, if you eat a lot of big meals, your stomach will stretch and you'll be able to fit more food in there. And before you know it, you can fit a lot of food in that stomach. And that's what your flesh is. It's just a big old belly, big old stomach. And the more that you allow yourself to fall apart like a $2 suitcase, the bigger it gets. After a while, crying for 5 minutes isn't enough. Now we have to cry for 15. Before you know it, now you have to cry for 3 days straight. Stay in your sweats on the couch. Episodes of Anatomy or freaking Love, I don't know, whatever you watch, whatever, you know, Twilight, I don't know. But now we're going to have a marathon, not because we enjoy the show, because our feelings it's not full yet. So I must wear sweats, call in, eat 4 tubs of ice cream, because I need to cry for 3 days. I'm telling you, the more you feed that monster, the more it'll grow. Because it's a belly. Paul calls it, for their belly is their God. It's talking about people who worship their feelings, their emotions. It's talking about those people. Right? So harnessing your emotions is it's riding a horse whose name is emotions. So all you have to do is just picture a horse, and that horse's name is emotions. If you were to get on a horse and hold on a second, let me move my. All right. If you were to get on a horse and your horse's name was emotions, and emotions just takes off running, right? And you don't pull back on the reins, you have a very good chance of dying. Because if you know anything about horses, they just go faster and faster. And there is a point where, there's a point where, the horse can reach such a fast speed that if you were to fall from that horse, you're either going to get severely injured or you're going to die. Like, there's horses. I think some of them go up to like 70 miles an hour. I don't know. Matter of fact, let me look it up. It's been a minute, but they're obviously, let's see, the top speed.
I don't think it's 70. 70 is like a cheetah, bro.
Yeah, well, I mean, it might be 60. It might be 60. Okay, let's see. Let's see, top speed. Yeah, so okay. So majority of horses are running. Let's see. So are running 40 something to 50 something. So right here, I think right here, this top speed of a horse is 55 miles an hour. Okay. I don't know if you actually know how fast 55 miles an hour is. And I understand that we're used to race cars going, 200 and something miles an hour now. Some of them faster than that. So I understand that's fast. But if you don't know, on top of a horse, 55 is pretty fast. You hit the ground going 55 miles an hour. It is a chance. It is a chance you're taking. It's not pretty. And so, hold on. Do what?
I said you better know how to ride, otherwise you're gonna lose your crotch on there.
Yeah, man, it's not gonna be good. So, it's falling off a horse at 55. Now, I've never personally fell off a horse at 55 miles an hour, but I don't think it takes a whole lot of common sense if you're a prudent person to know that that could be a fatal fall, right? So, but with that being said, that's what your emotions in your flesh, right? We talked about spirit, soul, and body. Your flesh is a horse. Feelings is the name of the horse. And if you don't know how to ride that horse, if you don't know how to harness emotion, right, which is the name of the horse, if you don't know how to harness, how to pull back on the reins on emotion, that's going to be a ride for your life, because the horse is not supposed to tell you where to go. You're supposed to tell it where to go. You are supposed to tell your emotions what to do. You are supposed to be in control. You are supposed to harness your emotions, where to go, how fast to go, how to go. It makes no sense for someone to get on the horse just so it can tell you what to do. If you're on a journey and you're really trying to, go somewhere with the horse, you're using a horse to travel, darn well it wouldn't make any sense if you allowed the horse to take you off course and pretty much just go wherever it wants to go. You're never going to get to your destination. It's never going to happen. And your feelings, and I'm talking about emotional / irrational feelings. I'm not talking about someone passes away and you have a tear or you're wanting to cry because someone dear to you passed away. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about that your feelings control your life. That's what I'm talking about. And that's a sad place to be in. And people are in those places because they don't know how to harness their emotions, number one. But two, they don't understand that your flesh is the one that's telling you to do this. Your flesh is, not your spirit. Your spirit of the Spirit of God is not telling you to use your feelings in a irrational way. Your soul is listening to your flesh. Your soul is listening to your spirit. You are the soul, the decision maker. You're going to have to choose. You're going to have to choose. Do I listen to my flesh or do I listen to my spirit? The spirit, just like we went over, the spirit is telling you to let your heart not be troubled. That's what the spirit is telling you. Spirit is telling you, rejoice in the Lord always. Fear not. Be of good cheer. That's what the spirit is saying. It's your flesh that is saying you need to fall apart, cry, worry, stress. Matter of fact, anything that you could think of that's bad, do it. Do it right now. Overreact. That's all your flesh is telling you to do. And you have to understand and be like the woman when she was asked, how's everything? Oh, everything's fine. Right? Because her eyes are focused on what is true, not focused on the flesh. There's some people, they can't wait for someone to ask them how they're doing just so they can fall apart like a $2 suitcase. They're like, hey, how is everything? Everything's horrible. And there you go, feeding the monster. Like you're literally feeding the problem. Is exactly what you're doing.
Can I?
Yeah.
Of
course.
I was gonna say something. Another fun fact about anybody who rides horses, like me as a little kid, when I used to go to Venezuela, my uncles, they have farms and stuff. And I remember as a little kid, they used to always tell me, like, hey man, don't bring your horse around another horse that takes off, because your horse is going to naturally take off with them. They're going to want to race, and you're not going to be able to control these horses. So it's just another fun fact that somebody who, if you're a person that you know you can't control your emotions, the last thing you want to do is be around somebody else who does not control their emotions, because you're going to go at it. I'm telling you, and everybody in here knows that one person that you have a conversation with and they take it to that level, and you just, for some reason, you just can't control yourself, and you go right along with them. And it's kind of that same concept with the horses that we're talking about, learning how to control your horse, learning how to pull the reins, and being smart. A smart rider is, hey, man, I'm staying away from that horse because I know my cousin's horse is going to take off. And then next thing you know, it's going to be going 55 miles an hour, and I'm going to be trying to get off this thing somehow, and it's going to be a bad day.
It's funny.
Yeah, man, as soon as...
Because I have Proverbs, I was just looking at it right now, Proverbs 22:24. Make no friendship with an angry man, and with a furious man thou shalt not go.
Yeah. And you know, the other part of that is, you know, where Dre's bringing up the your horse, and, you know, don't put your horse around a horse that likes to sprint. You know, the other side of that is, if you're someone that didn't know how to harness their emotions, you don't put yourself around someone else who can't harness their emotions, right? Not only because maybe y'all are gonna go head to head and maybe somehow get in an argument yourselves, but they're gonna help you stay in your emotions, right? Because they believe that it's okay to just fall apart in your emotion. They believe that, then that's what they're going to tell you, that you're doing the right thing, right? You'll hear people say, well, what are you supposed to do? Hold it in? I'm not talking about that. So apparently, here we go again. You're not listening to what I'm saying. I'm not talking about when there's an issue in your life that you can't go talk about it to somebody. I'm not talking about that. If you got in a bad accident, and let's say that you're not severely injured, but you're banged up a little bit, your car got totaled, so you can't go talk to someone about your car getting totaled and maybe your arm being banged up, and you're just kind of, you know, you kind of wore out because of what just happened. I don't listen. You're not understanding what I'm trying to tell you. That is considered a problem, and there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with discussing a problem, okay? What I'm telling you is you're not supposed to fall apart. That's what I'm talking about. There's a difference, huge difference, between understanding that this problem is hard and allowing it to defeat you, okay? I'm telling you, I'm not talking about the over time defeat. I'm talking about that when the hard time occurs, instead of you falling apart, going straight to worry and strife, worry is a sin, you know. And one of the hard people that you can get to understand this, that I've learned, is mothers. If you tell a mother that worry is a sin, boy, they will defend that, and it's because they've been worrying on purpose.
They're gonna smack you.
They want it. They do what?
I said they're gonna smack you.
That's all right. That's all right. But they want to fight for worry because their flesh, it's a natural instinct. Right? It's a with the chocolata. It's a natural instinct to want to take care of your kid. But what they don't understand is the flesh is the part that wants to worry. God says, fear not. So even though you're tempted to want to worry about your kid, worry is a sin. You don't ever hear me talk about sin, because I don't believe there's anyone on here that doesn't know what sin is. If it's bad, it's sin. It's real simple. But because we're used to the big things being sin, little things are looked over, like worry. When's the last time you confessed worry to God? Lord, forgive me for my worry. Come on, man, tell the truth. Majority of people do not ask God to forgive them for their worry. right? You know why? Because the majority of them think it's okay. They think it shows and it proves that they love their kids. Matter of fact, there are parents that fight for the trophy of worry. I worry more about my kids than you worry about yours. All they're saying is, I sin more than you do. I sin more than you do. That's all you're proving, because the Bible says that which is not of faith is sin. So if you had faith in God, you wouldn't worry. But you worry, right? And let me tell you this. If you think that you're going to, like right, what Agape said, we are not to worry but to pray. Now, let me tell you something about that. We are not to worry but to pray. I know people that all they do is they turn their worry into prayer. They're worried like heck, and they go to prayer. You're still worried. You're still worried. You need to find that balance. Now that right there that's a personal thing. If first of all, there's nothing wrong to pray, okay? But you need to know that, let's say you're praying, but deep down you're scared as heck, okay? That just means that you're not used to not worrying. And we all of us have something to work on. But that's why fasting is important. And I, like I always say, always start with food. Fast with food. Everybody has to eat. You have to eat, okay? So, you do a day and then wait a few days, then do 2, and then finally you gradually, get up to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days. But once you can fast for a few days, then you start fasting from other things, man. You need to find out, what is the thing that is real hard for me to say, no to. And whatever that is, now obviously, don't talk to God for 7 days. I'm not talking about that. If you're saved, God is there. You can try to act like you don't want to talk to him all you want. But
can I bring out a verse there, Scott?
Yeah, of course, go right ahead.
I'll go right to Revelation, buddy. I'm coming in here to defile the live. No, in Revelation 21:4, it says in the new. I'm messing with you, brother. God bless you guys.
Yeah, no, you're good.
In Revelation 21:4. Well, it's very pertinent to the topic. It's a wonderful topic. In Revelation 21:4, it says there'll be no more pain and no more sorrow. He'll wipe away all tears from our eyes, and all those things. There'll be no more unalivement. When the world failed, these type of things, these emotions came in. And what's so beautiful in the Gospels is we see the Lord, we see the statements constantly. We see the statement saying, and Jesus was moved with compassion. And we see the Lord in Gethsemane, crying out, because his hour had come. We see his not worry, but we see his agony. It says his agony. And we see the Lord weeping for Lazarus. So we see that God himself is our creator, and he made our emotions. But he came so that we could overcome these sad emotions, the emotions that are on the sad side of the scale. Like you said earlier, we should always be rejoicing, and we do. But there's a great deal of sadness in this world because of the fall of man. So it's wonderful to see God's emotions. It's a revelation in the Gospels when Jesus is constantly moved with compassion for somebody, or going to somebody when they ask for help. So it really shows his heart. And one thing, guys.
And it's
one more thing, I'll drop down so someone can have my box too if they like it. But guys, Sister Hebrews, her daughter just had a baby. It's right out of the story. It was of Elisha. She was without child for many years, and she just had a baby. And she's in the hospital. She had a baby a couple of days ago, but she's had complications. In fact, the baby was born with the umbilical cord wrapped around its neck. But thank God the baby's okay. But her daughter, Sister Hebrews, our wonderful sister who moderates, spends countless hours moderating. She does unbelievable amount of charity. Her donations and everything, and the work that she does for the kingdom is amazing. But I'd wish that you'd pray for her. Her daughter's in the ER right now as you're doing this live, and she's you know, it's not good. So I wish everyone would pray for Sister Heber's daughter Jessie, is her name, just like our sister Jessie here on the panel. So if everyone would, I'd really appreciate that call out. We should always be praying for each other in those hours that are dark. So I just wanted to let you guys know that, and please do be praying for her. Her daughter's in the ER right now, and it's pretty bad. So
Yeah, the Bible says to mourn with those who mourn, right? The sad thing is people cry over spilt milk, and we're not supposed to act that way. You know, when someone is going through a hard time, like I said, you know, people passing away or like a situation like this, you know, this is not spilled milk. You know, someone's actually going through something, and I know 100% that everybody in here is going to say a prayer, because that's talking to God is prayer. Meditating is prayer. And so, you know, when we come to the Lord with anything, you're praying. As soon as you start talking to him, you're praying. I don't think there's anybody here that will disagree, you know, praying for someone in need. There's nothing wrong with that at all. But no matter what it is, just like when he was bringing up, you know, Jesus having compassion, you know, Jesus didn't have irrational compassion. He didn't fall to the ground and start screaming because he was in sorrow. No, he just had compassion, right? And we are not supposed to fall down to the ground and just give up because there's a hard time. You got much life in you, and our job is to keep our eyes focused on Christ when any hard time comes our way. And so, you know, and it's just I'm glad that we're actually talking about harnessing emotions today with what Daniel brought up. It's very important that each one of us understand that if you allow your feelings, and I'm talking about irrational feelings again, okay, because there's nothing wrong with rational feelings. If you're sad, you're sad. That's fine. But if you're sad for 4 or 5 days, 6 days, and you're not taking a shower, that's not okay. That's not okay. That's why you need to work on that now, because when the hard time comes, if you don't have your flesh in submission, if you don't learn how to harness your emotions now when you're doing good, when the hard time comes, you're going to fall apart because you're not prepared. Hard times are coming whether you want it or not. You know, so be ready. You know, be ready when the hard time comes. That way you don't, it doesn't make you push yourself down any further. You know, at any time, we all want or had in the past a pity party. There's not been one person that's never had I don't care if somebody did it for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, another person did it for a day. Your flesh is the part of you that is tempting you to have a pity party. You know, shoot, in my life, dude, I've had hard times in my life, you know, where I couldn't,
Rod, you're describing me. Rod, you're describing me. It's just amazing. Yeah, I was the biggest worrywart. I used to be a big worrywart. Anything that was going wrong, I'd be worrying about it. And I would sit in my house for days with my sweats on, not want to go anywhere. I went through that for a couple years. You know, I was going through a divorce, and I was the biggest worrywart about my kids, about my marriage. And you know what? All I did is hurt myself. So you're right, brother. I just wanted to share that because I went through that. So thanks for sharing.
Yeah, and you know, the truth is, because we're in this body, right? Past few days we talked about spirit, soul, and body. And so I always say, man, I'm going to always talk about harnessing your emotions after going over spirit, soul, and body, because now that you have an understanding on what part is the real you, you know, what part the body is, what part the spirit, separating them three. I'm talking about like from the outside looking in and see which part does what. When you can do that, then we can start focusing on what we've been doing wrong for the longest. You know, before we were saved, the old man taught us how to worry. The old man did not teach us how to trust God. It taught us how to trust our belly. it taught us how to trust our emotions, and it lied. It lied to us. And so, be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Now it's time to renew your mind to who you are. But in order to do that, you have to look at what you were, not to focus on the past, but to come into agreement that the old you taught you something. And if you're not careful, you'll take that into Christianity. I'm telling you, I've seen it. I've seen people become Christians and they still worship their belly because no one is showing them what it is that their flesh is trying to carry on to their, after being born again. I'm going to drop heading to get my dog. Absolutely, Daniel, man. Thanks for coming up. So, each one of us has an obligation to ourself and everybody in our circle to recognize what part of us has been kicking our butt for so long, and it's our physical belly. It's our emotion, our own will, the flesh, not your soul. I'm talking about your body, spirit, soul, and body. I'm talking about your body, right? So just like I was saying, we've all wanted a pity party. We all have, there has been, hard times in my life where I just couldn't wait for I couldn't wait for everyone to go to bed, and I've said this before, man. I used to I just want everybody to go to bed, man. So I'm the only one up, and, because I'm focused on, man, I'm going to have me a pity party. Like I'm just going to sit there with the bad look on my face with my arms crossed, and just have a pity party without anybody interrupting me. And I tell you what, man, when you do that, every demon, and Satan, was, had VIP seats, boy, popcorn in hand, waiting to see another quote unquote child of God being defeated. I mean, every demon is there waiting for you to fall apart. That's the whole goal, is to get you to keep worshiping your physical body. That's all they recognize, is that you need to worship your physical body. That's all they recognize. They don't want to recognize God. They don't want to recognize nothing else. And, that's just what a pity party will do for you. It'll bring every demon in the state you're in to come watch you have this pity party, But
Hey, Trot.
Yeah.
So I have a question. It's with a couple of verses I wanted to read real quick. Is that okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, because a few days ago when you started talking about this again, you were mentioning how, a lot of these things we already have, and it was like past tense, and like Philemon 1:6 talks about, that we would find out what we already have. And I thought of Philippians 3, and I'll just read 11 through 12. It says, "If by any means I might attain unto the resurrection of the dead, not as though I had already attained, either were already perfect, but I follow after, that I may apprehend that for which also I am apprehended of Christ Jesus." Is he just talking about our agreement here with what God has given us, and also the glorified body, or kind of a both and? Or yeah,
let's go over that. Where are you at exactly? Give me the address.
Philippians 3:11 and 12.
All right.
Oh, Philippians. He's not here.
Yeah. Philippians 3, 11 and 12. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you get into Philippians, right, Paul starts off in 1. Let me see if I can find it. And we know he always gives his supplications. Let me see, 10, that ye may approve things that are excellent, sincere, being filled with the fruit of righteousness, which are like right here, like 10. Let me see. Let me read 9. He said, no, I'm sorry. Let me read 8. So Philippians 1:8. Because remember, chapter 3 comes after chapter 1, right? Jordan?
So you're going to
so
1.
So 8, he said, yeah, I'm going to 1:8 because 1 comes before 8.
Yep.
Right? And this Philippians 1:8 says, for God is my record, how greatly I long after you, all in the bowels of Jesus Christ. Bowels, belly. Okay, he says, and this I pray, that your love may abound yet more and more in knowledge and in all judgment, that ye may approve things that are excellent, that ye may be sincere and without offense to the day of Christ, being filled with the fruits of righteousness, which are by Jesus Christ, unto the glory and praise of God. And then in 12 he says, but I would ye should understand, brethren, that the things which happen unto me have fallen out rather unto the furtherance of the gospel, so that my bonds in Christ are manifest in all the place and in all other places. And many of the brethren in the Lord, waxing confident by my bonds, are much more bold to speak without fear. Some indeed preach Christ, even envy and strife, and some also of goodwill. And one preached Christ of contention, not sincerely, supposing to add affliction to my bonds, but the other of love, knowing that I am set for the defense of the gospel. What then? So here, now he's going to ask a question. What then? Notwithstanding every way, whether in pretense or in truth, Christ is preached, and I therein do rejoice. Yea, I will rejoice, for I know that this shall turn my salvation through your prayer and the supply of the Spirit of Jesus Christ, according to my earnest expectation and my hope, that in nothing I shall be ashamed, but that with all boldness, as always, so now also Christ shall be magnified in my body, whether it be by life or death. For to me is to live is Christ, to die is to gain. But if I live in this flesh, notice what he says. What does he mean by, but I live in the flesh? What's I? Why, how come he's not calling his flesh I?
The soul.
Why does he say?
Because that's not
he
him.
recognizes that he is the soul, not the flesh.
Yeah, he is his consciousness,
do you notice
the soul.
Yeah, so do you notice in a very weird way how he's separating what he is to the flesh? There's this weird separation here. But if I live in the flesh, this is the fruit of my labor, yet what I shall choose, I would not. For I am in a strait betwixt two, having a desire to depart and to be with Christ, which is far better. Nevertheless, to abide in the flesh is more needful for you. Okay, so now let's go to 2, and I'm just so I'm showing that he's clearly making a separation. And so when people say, no, he's just saying that's where he's living, trust me, if people truly study Paul, they will see spirit, soul, and body. They'll see it. But if you're not truly studying Paul, then you're just arguing scripture. That's all you're doing. Everybody just pointing to different scriptures and just arguing. Well, what does this mean? What does this mean? Well, first off, we have to go in context to get to what Paul is saying in 3. And I wanted to get to a part to where if you pay real close attention to the way Paul thinks and the way he shows you what part is what. So he says, and let me go to let me see. For unto you is given Christ, not only believe in him. If nothing terrified. Let me see. Okay, let's go to 2. If I have to go back, I'll go back. But let's go. So now we're in 2. He says, if there be therefore any consolation in Christ, if any comfort of love, I'm in 2:1 still. If any fellowship of the Spirit, if any bowels and mercies, Fulfill ye my joy, that ye be like-minded, having the same love, being of one accord of mind. Let nothing be done through strife or vain glory, but in lowliness of mind let each esteem other better than themselves. Look not every man on his own things, but every man also on the things of others. Let this mind be in you. What is he talking about? Let this mind be in you. So he's calling something a mind, and let it be in you. And he says, let this mind be in you. I'm at 5. So Philippians 2:5. Be in you, which also in Christ Jesus, who, being in the form of God, thought it not robbery to be equal with God, but made himself of no reputation, and took upon him the form of a servant, which is faith, and was made in the likeness of men. And being found in fashion as a man, he humbled himself and became obedient unto death, even the death of the cross. Wherefore, God also hath highly exalted him and given him a name which is above every name, that at the name of Jesus every knee shall bow, and things in heaven, things in earth, and things under the earth, and that every tongue should confess that Jesus Christ is Lord, to the glory of God the Father. And then he says, wherefore, my beloved, as ye, and he's calling us beloved, wherefore, my beloved, as ye have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now much more in my absence, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling, for it is God which worketh in you both to will and to do his good pleasure. Do all things without murmurings and disputings, that ye may be blameless and harmless, the sons of God without rebuke, in the midst of a crooked and perverse nation, among whom ye shine as lights in the world, holding forth the word of life, that I may rejoice in the day of Christ, that I have not run in vain, neither labored in vain. Yea, and if I be offered upon the sacrifice and service of your faith, I joy and rejoice with you all. For the same cause also do you joy and rejoice with me. 19. But I trust in the Lord Jesus to send Timothy shortly unto you, that I also may be of good comfort when I know your state. For I have no man like-minded who will naturally care for your state. Okay. You said 3:10. All right, so I'm 29 and 30.
3:11 and 12.
Oh, 11. Okay, so it's talking about receiving him, right? So he's like, okay, receive him, therefore, in the Lord, all gladness, and hold such reputation, because the work of Christ, he was nigh unto death, not regarding his life to supply your lack. I mean, you want to talk about someone that just fasted from everything. I mean, you could just imagine this dude he could care less to do anything else but help people. So he says, okay, so now we kind of went through 1 and 2, maybe not 100% perfectly, but just for context purposes. And he starts off 3 like this. He says, finally, my brethren, rejoice in the Lord. To write the same things to you, to me indeed, is not grievous, but for you it is safe. Beware of dogs. What's dogs?
Gentiles.
Beware of dogs. But you know what people would say? Well, I mean, it's funny is people will kind of pick and choose what they want to change, because the word dog is an animal. That's an animal. So are we supposed to say when he says beware of dogs, he's talking about German shepherds? People kind of pick and choose what they want to believe is actually saying that or something else. Beware of dogs, beware of evil workers, beware of what's the word being used there? Concision, I guess. I don't know what word that is.
What you're in 4, 3? Sorry.
Mischief. Oh, okay.
You're in.
Okay. All right.
What verse is that?
Chapter 3.
2. Philippians 3, 2. It's talking about mischief. I just looked it up in the Greek. Anyway, so he's telling you to beware of dogs, evil workers, beware of mischief. Okay. For we are the circumcision which worship God in the Spirit and rejoice in Christ Jesus and have no confidence in the flesh. So there's no confidence in the flesh. Though I might also have confidence in the flesh, if any other man thinketh that he hath whereof he might trust in the flesh, I more. Circumcised the 8th day. Now, this is where he starts describing, like, if you think for a second that you're going to brag about doing things in the flesh, fine. Let me brag about what I've done in the flesh. He's just proving a point here. And he says, let me see, circumcised the 8th day of the stock of Israel, the tribe of Benjamin, a Hebrew of Hebrews, as touching the law, a Pharisee, concerning zeal, persecuting the church, touching the righteousness with the law, blameless. But what things were gain to me? Those I counted loss for Christ, yea, doubtless. And I count all things but loss for the excellency of the knowledge of Christ, Jesus my Lord, for whom I have suffered the loss of all things, and do count them but dung, that I may win Christ, and be found in him, not having my own righteousness, which is of the law, but that which is through the faith of Christ, the righteousness which is God by faith, that I may know him and the power of his resurrection and the fellowship of his sufferings, being made comfortable unto his death, if by any means I might attain unto the resurrection of death, not as though I had already attained, either were already perfect, but I follow after that I may apprehend that for which also I have apprehended of Christ. Brethren, I count not myself to have apprehended, but this one thing I do, forgetting those things which were behind. So he's talking about the past, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So what does he do? Forgetteth those things which are behind, and reaching forth unto those things which are before, I press toward the mark for the prize of the high calling of God in Christ. Let us therefore, as many as be perfect, be thus minded. And if anything ye be otherwise minded, God shall reveal even this unto you. Nevertheless, whereunto we have already attained, whereto we have already attained, let us walk by the same rule, let us mind the same thing. Brethren, be followers together of me, and mark them with so as ye have us for an example. So is he saying that he's a bad example or a good example? It says,
a good example.
For many walk.
A good example.
Yeah, so he's saying, for many walk, of whom I have told you often, and now tell you even weeping, that they are the enemies of the cross of Christ, whose end is destruction, whose God is their belly, and whose glory is in their shame, whose mind, notice he's talking about the mind, is earthly. Paul is not telling us that his mind is earthly. He's talking about the enemies of the cross. Harness your emotions. This verse right here, the actual verse, the cross, 19. So Philippians 3:19. This is the foundation verse that I use for teaching people to harness their emotions, right?
Yeah,
and so when
20.
you continue to read, well, yeah, and it keeps going all the way to 4. And so when you continue to read in context what Paul is saying, again, first of all, you have to read each book in context, right? So Philippians is not going to contradict Romans. It's not going to happen. But when you can see what Paul is saying about who we are in the flesh, who you are in your soul, and what you are in your spirit, then you will see 100% that our spirit is perfect, our spirit is sealed, and that's the part of us that has already attained everything. But be not conformed to this world, be ye transformed. So he's not telling you to transform your spirit. That's already happened. The spirit is perfect. When he says, be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, he's saying that the old man, the old spirit you had, taught you how to be a fool. And now that we have the new man, that we need to put on the new man, and we need to relearn how to think. That's why the Bible says to think soberly. It's not saying don't go get drunk at the bar. It's saying that you need to learn who you are in the spirit so you can think like that. So we have to take the truth of who we are in our spirit, in our mind. We have to get it in our mind. How are you going to fight Satan if you're not teaching yourself who you are now? What are you using to fight him? Our carnal mind, which is the seed of Satan, if our carnal mind is constantly focusing, if it is constantly focusing on you falling apart like a $2 suitcase, on your emotions, because your belly is your God, if your belly is your God, then you still haven't learned who you are, because you're still being controlled by the thing that has been controlling you your entire life before you got saved. So now it's still controlling you. You know why? Because people are not renewing their mind. They're not renewing their mind to who they are in the spirit. Don't you understand? Your spirit has already obtained everything. What we're trying to do now is we're trying to change the way we think by bringing down the stronghold, right? By taking captive every thought. What thought? The thought that what we learned before we became saved. Now we're pinpointing all those old thoughts and we're saying, wait a minute, as I'm learning who I am, that old thought right there, that's not of God. I'm not talking about just straight sinful thoughts. I'm not talking about, I want to smack that dude in the head. Those are easy. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the thought that says, you know what, you're a mother. It's okay to worry. You're supposed to worry causes cancer. It's not okay to worry. It's a lie. Worry is a sin. So if you're worried, if you're so worried about people, all you're doing is showing how much of a sinner you are. Because the Bible says that which is not of faith is sin.
Yep.
Worry is not of faith. Therefore, it's a sin. And I usually get backlash by mothers. So mothers, trust me, I understand.
Worry can cause cancer.
Oh, it can. Oh, that's a fact now.
And other
people don't want to believe it.
Yep.
Do what?
I said, and other illnesses as well.
Oh yeah, the way we think can definitely affect the chemical reaction in our bodies. Hey Trot, can we do and maybe Dre will agree with me. Can we do a quick flyby of verse 14? Because I'm pretty sure that mentions Target.
100%. It does mention Target.
Amen. So we got two witnesses in agreement.
Target. Lord have mercy. Yeah. So, there are times in the Bible it's like it's something that's contrary, already up to everything, right? But again, you literally have to be familiar with all of Paul's writings, because Paul's not contradicting himself in anything. The three things that Paul points out in all of his inspiring letters is that our spirit is perfect. That's where everything is perfect, in our spirit. Our soul is trying to understand who we are in our spirit, so our soul can tell our mind. Don't you understand? The spirit and the flesh are enmity. They are not communicating. If you think that your soul and your spirit are communicating, I'm not sure who lied to you. That is not biblical truth. If you didn't have a soul and the Spirit of God went into this dead flesh, you would die. Period. Not because God wants you, but because this thing has its own nature. When people say that Jesus is not, it doesn't. They're enmity. They're enmity one another.
There is no communicating with your flesh. Your flesh doesn't even want to hear what you have to say. What the Spirit has to say? Hell no. Doesn't care about what the Spirit has to say. On the contrary, it wants you to go and do the total opposite.
Yeah, the flesh cannot please God, cannot submit to the Spirit, doesn't know the mind of the Lord. Yeah.
No, all it's doing is trying to win the soul over. That's all the flesh is trying to do. And God is trying to win the soul over. Just to make it simple, they're both trying to win the soul. But the spirit and the flesh are not communicating. They only communicate with the soul. And the soul is the real you, the decision maker. It's up to you to decide. The Bible says, I set before you life and death. Choose life. He even gives you the answer. Choose life. So you have to decide, is the flesh telling me the truth? And when I say me, I'm talking about your soul. Is the flesh telling me the truth, or is the spirit telling me the truth? Which one is telling me the truth? And eventually, because you're saved, you will start bringing down those strongholds. It's just a matter of time. That's why you have to be patient. So, but everything of who we are it's in our spirit where it matters. That's the root of us. And every good tree has a good root. So the reason you're good is not because of your flesh. You're not good because of your flesh. You're good because of your root. And when people are still doing type of sin, gambling, maybe spending too much money when you have to pay your bills, those things are sinful too. You're stuff like that, and you think God is looking at your flesh. Your flesh is empty, God. It's dead to him. He doesn't even recognize it. He only sees your root. And when people say that Jesus is not faith, when they say things like that, they give themselves away 100%. When the disciples said, teach us or help us, how they word it, increase our faith, they said. Help us increase our faith. And he talks about a servant. I'm telling you, people's problem today is they're not understanding the parable. I don't care how much scripture they read and how soft-spoken they are. I don't care. If you cannot see that Jesus is faith, the servant, the answer that he gave the disciples, if you cannot see that, then what's happening is you're only focused on a certain part of the Bible. You're not focused on it in its entirety. You're not. I'm sorry. I don't know if you're doing it on purpose. I don't know what the problem is, but you're not putting the whole Bible in context. You're not. Yeah. You're just kind of picking and choosing what you want to believe, and then that's what you talk about. What were you going to say?
I kind of thought about it from this aspect of, I feel like I know it, there's a purpose and a reason why God addresses himself so often as the I am instead of I have or I do. I am, meaning he's pointing to everything that has substance and life and salvation consists in him. And it's like Martha when she says, "Oh, I know that when the Messiah comes, he'll raise the dead, he'll give us eternal life." He's like, "Martha, I am the resurrection and the life. I told you if you'd believe, you'd
Yes.
see the glory of God."
Yeah. And when he says I am, and I've studied that man, dude, I used to study that. I'm not kidding, dude. I may be exaggerating a little bit, but just to give you like a type of number, I want to say I studied the I am for probably maybe like a month. It was probably 2 hours a day, maybe not every day, but so we'll say maybe 2 weeks, 2 hours a day, maybe 3 hours a day for 2 weeks straight until I had like an epiphany, like, oh, I get it. Took me now. Other people may be fast learner, smarter, but I'm just saying, bro, it took me like 30, 40 hours. I'm like maybe 50. I don't know the exact number, but it's more than 20. I mean, it could be 30 something, 40 something, but it was like a couple of weeks. I did it like in a month span. But if you were to add the hours up, man, I'm just trying to guess 25 to 50 hours, something like that, and it just hit me that, and it may not be easy to see at first, but him saying I am, he's literally talking about how do I even say this, dude? Because it's just not, for me, it's just not easy to explain, because he literally is saying I am, but it's like, I don't know, man. I don't want to say the word substance because it doesn't help, but he is the thing. I'll just put it that way. He's the thing. And it's like, the thing, what do you mean he's the thing? That's what he's saying. When he says I am, he's like saying I am the thing. And everybody's like, what thing? All the things. And it's not easy, man, to tell somebody that, because all we see is the words I am. That's all we see. I am. And he's like, you are what? And that's just the way he talks.
Everything. He's everything.
I mean,
He's
he
everything,
is. And
bro.
I know
That's
it's
why
hard. It's hard.
That's why he
The
said I
original
am
He-Man.
and didn't even
Go
put
ahead.
a period after it. Like he left it as a run-on sentence. I am. He just said I am. He didn't even.
I am that I am.
Yeah, and it's not just I am that I am, and it's like I am the thing, and it's hard to. I wish I could explain it better. I'm sure somebody that's got a bigger vocab could, but when you start seeing that he is the rod, he's the tree of life, he is. When you start seeing everything that he is, everything starts making sense. It makes 100 sense. Whenever the disciples said, help us increase our faith. And he says, he literally talks about a servant. And he literally is trying to tell them that faith is your servant. That's what he's telling them. That faith is your servant. But if you don't understand, there's people, they stay in the New Testament, bro. They hardly ever venture to the Old Testament. Matter of fact, let me put it this way. They don't go to the Old Testament enough to like me. How about that? There are people on TikTok that can't stand me because of the Old Testament. You'll never hear. Oh yeah.
Where are those people?
You'll never hear them. Yeah, you'll never hear them. You'll never hear them really talk about the Old Testament. I caught one of them finally talking about the Old Testament like maybe a week ago, and I couldn't help but laugh because a year ago, they didn't talk about the Old Testament at all. And all of a sudden, they're all in the Old Testament. So hopefully one of y'all are speaking some sense to them. But, in the Old Testament, faith, every time you see a servant doing something for somebody, dude, it's all over. It is so clear that Jesus is the servant. And I don't know how many ways he has to say it. It just boggles my mind. He literally says it so many different ways that I didn't come to be served. I came to serve. And if you don't understand that he is the faithful servant, if you don't understand that he's it, faith is not just some word, it's alive. Faith is alive. Don't you understand?
Trot, that's why he's saying I am. Come on.
Yes.
He's letting the world know I am.
Yes. That's the point. He's everything in the Bible. I understand it's not easy to see. I get it. Trust me. Okay? But don't kill the messenger. All right? What you need to do is go get familiar with your Bible and quit lying to people saying that Jesus is not faith. You're over here lying to them because you don't understand that he's faith. You don't. You need to understand this. This is vital, man. It's literally vital. It's very important to understand that Jesus is that.
You know,
what?
That verse in the Bible that says faith comes by hearing and hearing the word of God. Well, who is the word? The word became flesh. So if the word became flesh and the word is faith, who else can be faith? I mean, it doesn't take sometimes I wonder, it doesn't take a rocket scientist. We just make it difficult. It's right there.
Yes.
Faith comes by hearing, and hearing what? The word. And who's the word? The word became flesh. That's Jesus.
Well,
and so what
people say,
go ahead.
Then I've heard, and to me, this is how I look at it, because I've heard people say, well, you have to put your portion. And I'm thinking of all the Old Testament passages where even David says, the Lord is my portion. And it's like he's the only thing that has life and that counts. Like all these other so-called faiths, like they're not bringing us salvation. It's the way that seems right to a man that leads to death. It seems right, but it's not.
Yeah. And what they'll do is, man, I remember one day somebody hopped up here. I'm pretty sure, I don't know if it was descaled yet. I don't know. But there was a guy that hopped on the live, and he brought like maybe 6 or 7 verses that had faith. And he's like, bro, it says right here, faith comes by hearing. And he brought up that verse. He said it about 3 or 4 times, and immediately he went to a different verse. I said, whoa, hold on. I said, what comes by hearing? And he's like, faith comes. I'm like, well, what is that, bro? What is that? It's just a word. Oh, okay. Well, what else you got? They bring up the hard truth. Hey, truth, what's going on, man? John 3:17. He wants to read John 3:16. You might as well read John 3:16. Who's going to, hey, CJ, can you pull it up?
Yeah, I got you. Give me a minute.
Go ahead. Go ahead and read CJ, John. Go ahead.
While CJ's doing that, before I forget, because I've heard them say, well, doesn't it say that your faith has to be tested to prove in genuine?
Yeah, it's
right,
it's Scripture. Here's the thing. Here's the thing.
I got the scripture if you want it, bro.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let me say this real quick. It's your understanding. It's your understanding. Jesus doesn't grow. Jesus don't get taller, man. Jesus is perfect. Your servant faith is perfect. So when it says your faith will grow, the scriptures that are pointing those things out, it's talking about your understanding. Mm-hmm. There's not 2 faiths. We don't have 2 or 3 faiths, man. When a person uses...
Yeah, that's how I see it.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's no other way to see it, man.
You know what's unbelievable
we can't use,
also?
Hold on a second. You can't use one verse and say, well, that denounces that Jesus isn't faith, but yet all the other 99 point to Jesus. So we're just going to take one verse, which, by the way, it's not saying that Jesus isn't faith. It's like the only one you could use to say, well, that's why I don't believe it. Okay, well, then go right on ahead with that.
Yeah, and you know what's unbelievable? The scriptures tell us that salvation comes through faith. Well, who is faith? Come on. Salvation comes through faith. You have to have faith, right? You have to believe in your heart.
Yeah.
The only way you can believe in your heart is by accepting faith. And faith is who? Faith is Jesus. That's why salvation comes through faith. Salvation comes through Jesus. The Bible does not contradict itself. On the contrary, it enhances. It's beautiful. Everything he tells us just flows. But we're not. We're trying. It's like when I think a couple of weeks ago, last week, we were talking about this, and I said, while you were reading Philippians, Paul talks to us, but he's also describing the Gentile, right, or the non-believer, and we have a tendency to take what he's talking about when when he's talking about the non-believer and putting ourselves in that category. No, you have to be able to discern. And like you said, read everything in context. And people are not doing this. And this is why I think they're stumbling. Because if you allow the Holy Spirit to be the one to guide, to renew your mind, he's going to walk you through this. But it's like you're saying, we have to be willing to say, okay, Holy Spirit, here I am. And stop going in our bellies.
Yeah, absolutely. Hard Truth, man. What's up? Long time no see.
Hey, brother, how you doing? Hey,
what's going on, man?
Just need to start.
Oh, what up,
need to
Truth?
start going to my notes, man.
Hey, what's up, bro?
He said you're stealing his notes.
You stealing my notes? Yeah.
Did I just throw
plagiarizing?
There we go.
Yep. So it says by Ephesians said by grace we are saved through faith, right? It said through faith, right? Hey, CJ, can you read John 3:17?
Yeah.
Hold on, read 16 and 17. 16 and 17.
Okay.
Yeah, 16 and 17.
For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. For God sent not his Son into the world to condemn the world, but that the world through him might be saved.
Through him.
Through him.
We are saved through faith. Through him. It's not that hard.
No, it's not. And I say this all the time. It can only be seen when you are familiar with the Bible. The problem is there are people claiming that they're so familiar, but yet they can't see this one. And when I say foundational piece of the Bible, they cannot see this which when we were babies, we should have came to that conclusion pretty quick. You shouldn't have been in Christ for 20 years and have not recognized that Jesus is faith. Now, again, we're all in this together. We're all one body, one spirit. So it's not like if somebody on the panel gets like 10 revelations before everybody. I understand. Okay, if you want to talk about the crown and we get, we get the precious jewels when we get to heaven. Yeah, I get that. But anytime one of us gets a revelation, aren't we supposed to share it? So doesn't the revelation become everybody's revelation? Yeah. But yet everybody wants to fight against a true revelation for their own reason. They have their own reason, and that's how you know. How in the world? Why would you stop? Why would you take this truth away from someone unless you're in your belly? Unless you are in your belly.
When I kind of first was like hearing you and stuff like way back when, and I went on another live and like a lot of the things you said connected dots for me, and I just started sharing a lot of the stuff. And someone in the comments was like, "Were you in Trot's live? You get that from Trot?" I was like, "Which part?" And then they didn't answer back. I was like,
yeah, people do that today. People do that today, man. We talk about God and they're like, "Oh, you got that from Paul." Okay, what you need to start telling his people is ask them, say, "Are you a Christian?" And let's just say they say, "Yeah." Are we not one body? Yeah. So why would you say that I got it from Trot? Is Trot part of the body or not? Because if he is, Trot's not God. Oh man, people are crazy, man.
I'm gonna remember that because I've been asked many times. Oh, I saw you over in such a place, and I'm like, so.
Yeah. No. The first time I heard it,
stepped on the serpent's head. That was trotting on the serpent's head.
I was trotting on this, but it's just funny, man. I heard that guy, because somebody was like, well, Trot said that guy was like, no, Trot is not God. I was like, oh, I better get out of here. I was like, oh my Lord, what? Like, why would you have to tell somebody that? Like, bro, no, duh. Like, why do you have to tell somebody that? It kind of shows you where they're at. But again, it is, I'm telling you, it is vital to see that, because once you can see that Jesus is faith and he's our servant and we tell him what to do, not because we're thebomb.com, but because of how much he loves us. He put himself in that position. We did not put him in that position. And I'm not talking about the fall of men. I'm talking about he chose to put himself in the position of a servant because of how much he loves us. Yep. And if you don't take advantage of that servant, that's blasphemy. That's what blasphemy is. Because it's through him that everything has already happened. It's through him that the future things are going to continue to happen. It's his aroma. He is the gold, frankincense, and myrrh that the wise men offered to Jesus. God gave us the gift so we can have something to give. The wise men are any human, present, future, past, all running side by side with one another. Anytime someone receives the gift of Christ, they offer it back. We have nothing to offer him. It is not a coincidence that these men were called wise men, and they were not numbered. The Levites were not numbered. There were 12 disciples and Paul, 13. There were 13 tribes, but one of them was not numbered. Paul was sent to the Gentiles. What is the number of the Gentiles? Anybody know?
It's unnumberable.
It's unnumberable. So, when
Guess
these
we'll
things...
know when he returns.
Yeah. Got to run.
The last
Truth,
one's
man.
in.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. We got a baiter here. Let's see. If faith is Jesus, then how do you explain 1 John? Let's see. 1 John 1 through 5. Well, first, let me ask you this, Steve. Did you listen to any verses that we brought up? Let me start off by asking you that. And first of all, Steve, let me say this. I don't own an explanation to anybody. So I don't know why you come in here demanding explanation. Look, I understand that your emotions or your feelings are a little hurt, by the comment that Jesus is faith. Let's see.
1 John chapter what?
Oh, I don't know. Get in there and look. I don't know. I read it out loud. I think it said 5, I think, or 1.
I think
One
it's
John,
first
John
John
5.
1 through 5. He said 1 John 1 through 5, so I'm assuming chapter 1.
That's what I'm looking at, but it doesn't really apply to faith. I mean, it does apply to faith, but it's not talking about.
There's a triunity of 1 Johns. So which chapter?
Oh my.
He said yes, so I'm assuming 1.
In
You
1?
want me to read it? You want me to entertain this or not?
You got it. Go ahead and read it.
Go ahead, bro.
Okay.
Just go ahead.
All right. This is 1 John 1 through 5. That which was from the beginning, which we have heard, which we have seen with our eyes, which we have looked upon, and our hands have handled, of the word of life. For the life was manifested, and we have seen it, and bear witness, and shew it unto you that eternal life, which was with the Father, and was manifested unto us. That which we have seen and heard declare we unto you, that ye also may have fellowship with us. And truly our fellowship is with the Father, and with his Son Jesus Christ. And these things write we unto you, that your joy may be full. This then is the message which we have heard of him, and declare unto you, that God is light, and in him is no darkness at all. There you go.
Okay.
I don't get
All
the
right.
question.
That's why I was saying that.
Okay, Steve. Let me see. Steve or Roberts. We went ahead and read it for you. I have no idea what point that you're trying to prove with that. Like not even a little bit. Maybe you can like just ask your question instead of telling us, to read the whole Bible. Amen, brother.
Amen.
Okay. So
all right. So now we know that Jesus is faith, and Jesus is also light.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Listen here, brother. When Revelation Mania runs wild all over your mind, you're going to be transformed.
Yeah. Well, the Flippinator is here.
Finally.
What's up? What's up?
Now that we're about to leave,
guy?
you got a question, I'm guessing?
Do what? What'd you say?
He's going for Flip's head.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He
came up so he could say, hey, I got a
question.
Better be careful, CJ. You stopped working out. Flip's been working overtime. He's trying to catch you.
He can work all he wants.
It's like my strength was given to me freely.
Yeah, my strength was given. He's trying to earn it.
Is that right? That's why I look younger than you, CJ. That's why I look like I'm 18 and you look like you're 40.
I don't actually look like I'm 40 though.
40?
Why is this getting serious? Hold on.
It's getting serious with these boxes. Yeah, it's getting serious, y'all.
Y'all need some faith.
Wait, what?
Got faith.
I thought he was joking.
Y'all need some faith.
I thought he was joking.
Yeah, let me.
I got more than
check
faith.
It out. You got so you're adding to faith? Oh my Lord, you got feelings.
Oh, he's got more than faith.
He's got feelings. Whoa, feelings.
Well, that's another one that I actually heard used against the Jesus is faith. Add to your faith this, that, the other.
Oh.
You're gonna
like,
add what was already given to you. You know what? It's ironic when I hear somebody, you got to pray and pray that God gives you more faith and add to your faith, and I'm like, so he wasn't sufficient? What happened? He wasn't good enough?
Hold on, Jesse. We got to help Trot reach his goal of 15 subscribers. It's popping up on the bottom of my
guys,
screen. Short break.
Hey, hold on a second.
Commercial break.
Hey, let me tell y'all something, man. I'm gonna say something about this. I've been studying TikTok, man. I've been studying TikTok, bro. I see what they do, man. So I'm just gonna say this. I'm gonna leave it alone. First off, if anybody ever donates anything to this live, all we do is we put the no tithing. Yes, no tithing. There is no tithing here. Please, let's not say that word. Please don't say that word. No tithing.
That's
here,
a curse word. You go repent.
Go help your family member pay their bills or something. I don't need no tithing. There's no need of any of that here. But I'm learning more and more about TikTok, and so I may not be explaining this right, but I'll tell you something that I've learned. So they put all these like things in place, okay? Like hearts, right? Like so you tap the screen, you get the heart. The little heart that you see up here by the 48, there's a second act, second action you have to do. The goals, if everybody completes a goal, there's another action. Comments, if you put comments, is another action. Every time you got your panel with like at least 3 or 4 people, it's showing that there's people that's interested in I mean, dude, gifts. Oh yeah, if you send some roses, if you send some gifts, and then you have subscriptions. Oh, if you get subscribers, and I'm not kidding, dude, when I say this.
Well, because they make a lot of money. They make a lot of money.
Okay, well, first off, obviously, everybody wants to make money. Like, and I'm not talking about us. I'm talking about.
He's got a countdown timer on you right now.
I'm talking about they make a lot of money. They take.
No, I know, but
chunk.
Yeah, but that's not what I'm talking about.
All
I'm
right,
not talking
thank
about the
you,
money.
Captain Obvious.
I'm talking
You're
about
welcome.
they set all these what's the word for it?
Goals,
What do you call everything?
goals. They set these goals for you.
No, not goals.
You see
Not
what Freddie
goals. Not
wrote?
goals.
Objectives.
Objectives.
Okay, that's fair. We can call it objectives. Okay, check it out. If you do not play around with their objectives, that's how less they put out your content. That's what I learned. So, yeah, I didn't know that. So what they're doing is every little like part of this game, every time one of them is not used. So let's say we do everything right, but nobody subscribes to the channel. If you have no subscribers, they look at an algorithm need to push your content out. So they're playing some hard ball, dude. Like I had no idea that they're playing that kind of hard ball. I didn't know. I just thought it was just options for for whatever rhythm. For whatever the reason is. But so basically, let's say you got a bunch of subscribers, but nobody taps the screen and nobody comes up to your live, and I don't know. Let's say nobody does a goal. It's still going to hurt you in the algorithm. It don't matter how many subscribers you got. So even though they want to make money, the game is all the objectives have to be played. Everything does. And I didn't, which you would think that'd be common sense, but I guess my sense wasn't very common in that area because I just thought it was just something to do. I didn't know they were like forcing it in your algorithm. Like there was no way for me to, hey, why is there a timer? What's that timer for?
That's what I call BS.
It's because you had 2 back-to-back subscribers. So now they're putting
Showtime. Is that the Showtime? I think that's the Showtime, isn't it?
I don't know. I didn't set up no timer.
It says subscribe within 12 minutes to help complete the challenge and win rewards.
No, who put that timer up? I didn't put no timer up. I didn't do that.
It does it by itself.
10,000 member
I think it
challenge.
does it for you.
It does it for
Your page is probably going to blow up if you don't get it in time. So
I think you did it on accident, Trot. I think you did it on accident.
No, bro. I'm telling you, I didn't touch nothing. No, I didn't.
It does it by itself.
It has to then, because I didn't do it.
It's a self-destruct sequence.
Oh man, dude, that's it. They're about to knock us off, bro.
No, I'm just kidding.
They're about to knock us off.
It's a countdown
Lori
before they
and
turn
Mike.
off all the power.
That's exactly what it is. It's like Y2K. Lori and Mike just subscribed. Oh, hey, Lori, Mike, man, hey, that's awesome. So just so y'all know, right now we're trying to do one. We're trying to promote one live a week, and that's kind of the goal right now. So, hey, if y'all got time, man, first of all, trust me, I know it was a little boring for me to kind of learn that, and I'm still learning, so I don't fully know how it works 100%. But I'm telling you, if you got time, go look up what I'm talking about. Go look up how it's like in the algorithm, and then of course, if you listen to now, I heard this one lady, she said it doesn't matter, and she's trying to like make it look like as long as you go live, you get promoted equally. And I was like, everybody else is not saying that. Like she's the only, I've only heard one person say that it's equal, but yet everybody else is literally saying that all the objectives have, like every day there has to be this continuous, what's the word I'm looking for? Like movement, if you will.
Flow.
It has to be this like your live cannot be stagnant.
Flow.
So.
Flow.
Do what?
Flow. Continuous
flow. Yeah. I guess.
A lot of us need
action. Like that's a better word. Action. There has to be continuous action on your live. So like everybody just can't be given hearts. There has to be people, up on the live. There has to be. It's just I just had no idea.
Is that why the hosts leave their lives? Is that why the hosts leave their lives running with everybody in it, but the host is down to sleep?
I don't know. I don't know why people do that. I really don't. Maybe I have
think
no
they
idea.
just fall asleep.
This is
because
why,
they've been on for so
guys.
long.
This is why we have. This is why we have to talk about
What?
Trinity versus oneness, because that brings a lot of action.
Oh my lord!
Bro. Hey,
things
you know what's weird
very
though
ugly.
is how many people can go on alive and act like NPCs for like hours and just get paid ridiculous money,
Bro.
saying, "Ooh, that's yummy. That's
Bro.
good."
Bro. Bro, I
Hey,
watched
oh
one
yeah,
of
hey,
those,
what is that called?
and it's NPC, so they're just acting like computer programs, like Sims.
Hold on.
My
Hold on a
least
second.
favorite thing, Jordan, right now. Oh. Go
No,
ahead.
I just wanted to know what NPC stand for. I know what a PC is.
Non-playable characters.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
These are people that actually go.
They're like computers, but you know what? My least favorite one right now, Jordan, that I've noticed a lot coming up. People will have like those search things. It'll be like a feather and a whatever. You got to find it in the picture, but the fourth one is not in the picture, bro. I've screenshotted these things and like scanned it, stretched out little by little. I'm like, it's not in here. And they'll be like, whoever guesses it, like, and then they'll lie and they'll be like, Leo, you just got it right in the comment box. And I'm looking for Leo. There is no daggone Leo in here, man. I'm like, this dude played me, man.
What are you guys talking
You
about?
bought the merchandise.
What are you guys talking about?
What is it? Is it a game?
We were talking about NPCs.
No, it's just people doing lives, and that's how they do them, and they just get all this money and gifts for it.
Yeah.
Hey, what about
Is it where it has the two people battling each other? I've seen those. I don't know what
it's not
it is.
that. It's not that.
Oh.
These, and hey, Jordan, I've watched some of these lives. They get up to like, they get ridiculous numbers, upwards of 1,000. 1,000 viewers at a time.
Hey, have you guys seen those young African kids from Africa that they get? Literally, I've seen 2,000 and 3,000 viewers.
Yeah,
and
they're like a whole
Wait. Hold on.
And all they do is
Jesse, did you
dance.
just say, you just said African kids from Africa?
Young African kids from Africa. Yeah.
Is that Texas stupid?
No, that's not Texas stupid.
No. What they're doing is they're all they do is dance. They
do is dance, yeah.
And I went in there and they must have had over 1 million likes. They had over 2,000 people or 3,000 people in watching, and the amount of gifts they were sending them. And then yesterday morning they were actually showing where the whole village, it's a very poor village, and they're doing this, and they're buying books and pencils and book supplies, and because in Africa you have to pay your school. Parents have to pay for you to go to school. So this is how they're paying for all the kids in the whole village to be able to go to school.
Well, that's awesome.
I have seen those. Those are pretty. That's great hustle, man. I love the hustle.
Awesome.
Jordan, have
that
you
brought
seen?
me to tears.
Jordan, have you seen Dom refute Muslims like an NPC?
No, I haven't. He does that?
Oh my God, it's so funny, bro. He'll be like, "Thank you for coming on the live. You have 5 questions." And he'd be like, "And don't ask me dumb questions. Like, is Jesus God? Is Jesus God?"
That is awesome.
No.
I'm gonna tag you, Tron. Next time he does it, I'm gonna tag you. It's bro.
I've seen him do it. I've seen him do it.
Hey, have y'all seen the Black Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Morales.
Like the PMC guy or whatever y'all call him.
NPC. Yeah, I've seen him.
NPC.
Yeah,
I've seen him.
He's like, ice cream's so good.
Yeah. He was hanging out in a mall at night one time. I was like, bro, what are you doing?
Yeah, no, listen, the first time that I seen him doing that, I know this is I thought something was wrong with him. I'm not gonna lie. I had no idea what he was doing.
I had to sit there and watch for a minute.
Yeah, I'm just watching him. I'm like, what is he doing? And so I touched the screen because I just had to see how many people like myself are just being completely ridiculous and watching this junk.
Thousands,
bro, I swear
thousands.
there was like 6,000, I think, at that time.
Yes.
And I was like, what in the world? I mean, bro, hey, when your belly is your God, bro, you just want entertainment. You just want entertainment.
People are geniuses, though, bro. Honestly, the level of ingenuity of that you just see, like, bro. Then it takes me back to when you talk about the Tower of Babel and like their imagination was. I start thinking everybody has some great imaginations, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
they're doing it and they're making money. Who's to shoot that down? I mean, they're doing it and they're making money
Listen,
off.
I saw these kids from Africa. I have seen gifts that I've never seen. I mean, you look at the gifts and you see, maybe the little lion or the little dog. No. These guys don't know. The gifts that they were receiving was these gifts that are like the most expensive ones. It was one after the other. They were they were getting the astronaut guide, everything, every single gifts I've never even seen. You want to see all the different actions? Go over there and you'll see all those gifts. It's incredible.
Send it to me sometime.
I will.
I
It's
would
incredible.
I would pay to see you do that live, Trot. Because
oh
see
my
you do
Lord.
with your closed Yoda eyes.
Oh my Lord. I'll be at the mic with my eyes closed. Hey, I just kind of hold, I got like Moses staff in I have Moses staff in my hand and I'm like, shadow of Christ, shadow of Christ. Thank you, John.
Hey, listen. You need to do that one time for Jesus, bro, because all the gifts you can repost all the videos. You need to do it for
Are
Jesus,
you listening to this? Is trying to manipulate me to do it for
Jesus.
Jesus?
Hey,
anybody else hear this? You need to do that for Jesus.
There's two of them.
As long as Jesus is preached.
There's two different TikToks that kind of like I can't. At first I watched for like 2 or 3 minutes and I said I can't do this. The ladies that just sit there with the big old microphone in front of their mouth making
ASMR or whatever
noises, and then the Oriental
weird.
skinny girl that'll sit there and eat like there's no tomorrow.
Where do you guys finding all these people? Just scrolling through TikTok?
I mean, she'll just eat and eat and eat and eat and eat, and I'm like,
oh my
Lord! First of all, who cooked all that food? And for hours she'll sit there and do this stuff.
Well, have you seen
Did
the
she
people
have
that
a lot
are
of
like,
followers?
Don't gift me. Don't you dare gift me,
In
or
the
I'll kick you out of
thousands,
the
in the
live.
thousands, in the thousands.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Then people will gift them and they'll say their username. How dare you gift me so and so?
How dare you gift me? Oh my Lord, dude. Oh my goodness. So
Try. You should do it's a one battle. Try. You should do one. You should do one.
Beloved, it's called toilet.
I've seen that too.
I'll do what you guys are talking about. Dare me to. I'll do it. I'll put on a Raiders jersey. I'll put on a
He said,
beanie with
dare
the
me.
legs. Hey, I'll do it.
Trout's gonna be like, Jesus is faith, period.
Well, listen,
period. Period.
Jesus is God. Jesus is God. Jesus is God.
A Valley girl won't have a hard time doing it.
Bruh.
Flip, do it, Flip, do it. Do it.
Valley
Do
girl
it.
won't
Do
have
it
a
for me,
hard
Flip.
time
Do
doing
it
it.
for me, Flip. Do it for me, Flip. I'm gonna be
I'll
that
do
one.
it.
Call it N.
Oh my
What
God.
is it? NPC, descaled NPC. Jesus is God.
Oh my Lord.
Dude,
Valley
NPC
girl
for
will not have a
Christ.
hard
My
time doing it.
God.
Did I
I'll do
start
it,
this?
I'll do it, man.
Valley girl won't have a hard time doing it.
Yeah,
Hey, Freddie said, no, hey, but you have to there's got to be a big boat, and like if somebody sends the boat, then you can make
There
a
is
comment
one
on that, or
there is one. Yes.
You can say.
Well, y'all know I know. I'm on that side of TikTok. Yes. Trust me, there are a lot of big gifts, and Jess is right. A universe, I believe, is $400.
Or more.
What you throw is US currency. So in one big battle, Trot, depending on if you ever decide to have one big battle, you need to promote it. And then I'll have some of my people on the other side come and throw for you, especially if you're going to do the AI. I have people who have 40 diamonds. How they'll come support you. Just let me know if you really want to do it, especially against someone who talks negative. They'll support you.
Have you guys
They all
seen?
do.
Have you guys seen? Wait a minute, this is hilarious. Have you guys seen? He's an African American guy who's married to a Mexican girl, and he speaks
Wesley Snipes.
Spanish
Oh,
really, really well.
Wesley
And
Snipes.
wait a minute, he dresses like a girl. He dresses like a girl. He dresses like a girl. And then there's the other one who's Mexican who dresses. He always wears the same shirt, his hair up with the lollipop, and he puts his shirt up and like his belly button is hanging out. And these guys are always doing the wars.
Are you talking about the same people? You talking about the
The African
African people?
American guy he dresses like a girl and he talks in Spanish like a Mexican girl. He's hilarious.
I got a question for Trot when Jesse's done. I got a real question. Real question.
Oh my Lord.
Real question, Trot.
What?
This is a legitimate question. Would you rather?
Oh Lord.
This is a great would you rather question. Would you rather do a battle as an NPC or talk about the book of Revelations?
Oh, Revelation.
He throws the S. He throws the S in there.
Nah, bro. Nah, bro.
Trot.
Oh,
the battle.
Trot would do an NPC first.
The answer, Trot. Which one would you rather do, an NPC or talk about?
Bro, because I think but I think the reason why you ask, bro, is because you're just trying to make the NPC thing look better. Because I'm not going to talk about Book of Revelation.
It is thundering.
People would throw him roses. He'd be like,
thing.
Rose of Sharon, Christ. Rose of Sharon, Christ. He'd just be going.
Oh, that is fun.
David's heart.
It's awesome.
The garden.
That is awesome.
The rainbow.
The
rainbow. Noah.
That'd be the hardest thing, though.
If you throw the corn, he'll be like, first comes the stalk, then the ears, then the corn.
Yeah,
first
right.
comes the stalk, then the ears.
I could see Trot doing that.
Merchandise.
Merchandise.
Oh, that is fun.
Hey,
I'll be like over here. Is that Trot?
I wonder how long it would take you to get in your belly on that Trot. How many hours you could do that before you're like, all right, I'm done.
Somebody's gonna shoot that money gun. I'm gonna say the root to all evil is money. Thank you. The root to all
the love of money. Trot, the love of.
Oh, we got a red penner. Oh, we got a red penner.
Well, I said root because I'm talking about the root of the issue. But yeah, love. Oh my Lord! Oh, they got a.
I wouldn't necessarily say that. I believe so. I wouldn't necessarily say the money gun because you don't want to shoot anybody down who's throwing you big gifts because you're trying to win the battle. And it's going to have a screen recording and all. I know. I
don't even know where is this battle. What do they do? Is it like what do you mean guns? What they're shooting?
Beloved, you're not on that side of TikTok, so don't worry about it.
Yeah, you don't want to know.
You don't want to know.
Stay out of it.
Stay in peace. Keep your sanity.
Trot, you have to do it. As Yoda would say it. Oh my Lord, that drive me nuts. Oh, thank you for the rose. No, rose in my pocket. I have. Rose in my pocket.
You got to do the Arnold Schwarzenegger voice.
I was about to say the same thing, Jordan. We're in the same spirit.
If somebody,
that's right.
If somebody throws weights, and maybe like peanuts or peanut butter or something, you can say, "I'll thank you for the peanuts and for the weights, for the dumbbells. Thank you for the dumbbells."
But most of these people, you have to show your face, right? You have to show your face. You can't be incognito.
Well, in some battles you do, but it's just so it's like if he were to battle someone who is on this side of TikTok, on the Christian side of TikTok, then that would be different if they don't show the face.
What?
Well,
wait a minute.
it's right there. It's right. It's right there. Okay.
Sister, so there's different sides of TikTok?
Yes.
Ooh, yes.
Yeah. So, what would you say for a hot dog, bro? I'd be curious. What would you say for the hot dog?
Ooh, Dre.
That sounds good.
For a hot dog, let me see. What would I say? Oh, I would say, no, thank you. I have meat you know not of.
Oh, no. Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. Because women use, let me just.
Oh my God.
Why are y'all tripping?
Just say bro.
I don't understand why y'all are tripping.
Well, because Try that Dre already know. That's why he asked you to say that.
Listen,
I'm rebuking that out of my mind.
Listen. That's what Jesus said when the disciples were bringing him meat to eat.
Exactly.
And he said, I have meat that you know not of. So I'm trying to figure out why y'all are tripping.
That's a biblical verse. Why are you tripping, Stephanie? That's a biblical verse.
I don't understand.
I don't get it. I understood it.
Well, technically, you're not supposed to make them. You're not supposed to say.
Clear punch it.
It's the savory meat. Oh, it's the
Beloved,
savory meat.
get your mind out of the gutter.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's
Dre.
what it is. Y'all got y'all's mind in the gutter. See, that's why it wouldn't be funny. It wouldn't be funny. Y'all way out there.
Yeah.
Hey, so misunderstood.
Holier than thou.
Misunderstood. You said it's right there.
Yes.
What do you mean it's right there?
Okay.
What's right there?
Well, I was trying to explain but I digress. So if you look where you have to invite people, it will show battle. Okay, because if you and Dre were to battle each other, it should reflect right there. Do you see it?
But you can't have people in your panel, right?
Okay.
Yes.
Understood. You can't.
That is correct. So everyone needs to drop, and then you'll be able to see it.
No.
Well, I'm not saying now.
Oh, you're saying if everybody was not on the panel, I would have the option. It'd be there.
Yeah,
that is correct.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
Crazy.
I see.
I think I'm going to stay on this side of TikTok.
I was on.
Good choice.
Kapora, make sure y'all support me.
Dre
Oh my Lord.
Bishop.
Oh, Dre, if you battle, let me know, Dre. Send me live.
Dre and Bishop battled one time. Remember that?
Who battled?
Dre and Bishop.
Yeah, me and Leo, I didn't even know what the heck it was, bro. He bamboozled me into this battle thing, and I was like, "What is that, bro?" He's like, "Let's just do it, bro." And I
didn't even know what I was supposed to be doing.
He baited you.
Yeah, he's not gonna explain nothing. Just do it.
Yeah, no, he had followers. I had no followers, bro.
He's the bully on the playground that doesn't tell you the rules of the game.
Me and Pinky against him and his whole crew.
It wasn't you and Pinky. It was me.
Pink said she
and
got
I
you, bro.
brought Pinky over. It was just me and Pinky. You had nobody. It was just me.
Right, it was you two.
It was just me. And then I invited Pinky, and I didn't even know what I was supposed to be doing. I didn't know. I didn't even have coins. I didn't know what I was supposed to be doing. It was hilarious.
Oh man.
This is why y'all gotta take every thought captive and seek the kingdom first. That way you don't get tossed into these traps.
All right, so I'm gonna first of all.
Now I know what to do.
I'm gonna have to go watch a battle so I can understand what y'all are saying. I think I've seen it where it's two people, but I don't understand what they're battling.
Well,
I've seen that one.
Like, that is it.
Yeah, whatever. Sometimes they don't even talk. It's just people that follow.
Sometimes there's four people too.
Yeah,
sometimes there's four people.
Gifts, and there's like a time limit, and whoever has the most gifts in that time limit wins.
No, I'm saying listen to my question. What game are they playing? What's the battle?
It's not a game. It's whatever
Who can get the most points?
Whoever
it's like
wins.
tug of war with points.
Let misunderstood. Let misunderstood.
You won't see it. You won't see it until Yeah, you won't see it until there's only 2 people and we're off the panel.
No, I'm not asking to see it. My
Misunderstood. You
question
want to
is,
explain? Hold on. Let Misunderstood explain it. She knows what you're asking, Trot. Let her explain it. She knows exactly what you're
they're
asking.
not
Go ahead.
okay. They're not. Listen, they're not playing football. What the heck are they doing? Why do y'all keep calling it a battle? Is they shooting each other?
No, I will explain it. The reason why it's called a battle is basically family against family. Your TikTok family against someone else's TikTok family. Exactly. So what it is when you are stating, I want a battle, just who has the best family, who can throw up the most points in that game, and then you have people anytime. Yes, go ahead.
How do you make points? How do you make points?
By throwing gifts.
Gifts.
The gifts. So everyone gifts at the bottom like this, Trot. Let me send you a gift. You see that? You have one. Now, if someone were to throw you, which I don't have it, I have not loaded up. If someone were to throw you a seal whale, that's 34,500 diamonds that you will have. Okay. And if we throw it strategegically through the speed, yes.
Hold on. No, hold on, real quick, please, just bear with me. Okay. I understand I get what a gift is. Are you saying that they're just throwing the gifts, or is it real gifts, like they're giving the money?
Money.
It's money.
It's money.
Yeah, people.
So I would know
their credit card loaded. They load gifts.
Hold on a second. Okay, guys, just give me a second. Okay. So basically, when you say whoever's got the better family, you're talking about who's going to give more money to this knucklehead. That's what you're saying?
Yep.
Yes.
Exactly.
In simple terms.
Lord. He's going to pimp you out better.
I'm going to have to.
This is what they do.
I don't know about all that.
Wait a minute. So what these people do, they come on all the time, and then when they battle, they get gifts from the people all the time. But when they battle, they do this on purpose because this is how they make their living. A lot of these people, this is what they do.
I'm starting to see that now, but I thought it was a game. Hold on, let me just say this. Hold on a second. I thought it was a game. I didn't know it was money. You're giving people money.
Well, the game is hold on. Let me just clarify something. The game is a lot of it has to do with trash talking. So some of these folks be trash talking real. It's all about getting in your belly. You talked about it earlier this morning. It's like, hey, you want to fight? You're a chicken. And if you say chicken, forget about it. It's like, I bet you can't throw that gift. I bet you your team ain't got $34,000.
Oh my
and then
God.
somebody will throw
Bro.
it.
Yeah.
Throw it.
Yes. It's playing the dozens. It's playing the dozens because if someone else on the other side, so just say you and Dre were having a battle, okay, and then Dre says something to you, and then our comments. So y'all already know me. So if someone says something crazy, I'm going to say something, and then Dre will tell his people what I said, and then it will be a challenge. Because you always have one big sniper on your team. You always do. And the point of it is that Jess is right. Most of these people, these content creators, they have shows like you do here, our Bible study, but they have trending topics all throughout the week. Mm-hmm. And so then they will go to battle. And so people who follow them, who like their content, will go. So it's just you know what? A lot of people make a lot of good money. I know you don't care about having the money. Yeah. Try how you can always re-gift us back the money. If we throw and you win, you can re-gift us
that makes sense.
We just got to be like our tithers are better.
But it's called recycling.
But
it's called recycling.
I have one question.
Wait,
to do something like that on TikTok, you would have to have like a prepaid card or what?
Let me say something real.
Do not battle. Do not battle You always talk. Do not battle a Catholic because they have Vatican money. So beware.
Oh
I
my
just want to
God.
say this.
Wait a minute.
Can I say
Just made me
something?
do a Bill laugh.
Oh man,
So who's
guys,
gonna trust to put their credit card in?
Stephanie, you always
I
do
want to
this.
know who's gonna
Oh
trust
Lord,
the
have
credit
mercy. I'm
card
gonna put
to put a
earplugs on
credit
her.
card on your TikTok. I guess
What?
you get prepaid
You
cards. Is
don't
that
need to
how
do
you
that.
do it?
No, no.
Can I
No.
please? Can I say
Man,
something? Give
y'all
me a
talking
second.
at what, man?
Give me a second, please. The only reason I would suggest a Christian to do something like this, I know a couple Christians that we are very good friends with here on TikTok that are going through really difficult financial situations. The wife got operated, another one lost his job, things like that. That's the only time I would say, okay, let's do this so we can help a brother or sister that really needs help. Because a lot of times people don't say things to you. You know, you
But
might
we
know it because they inbox you or they say this,
but
So
but
this is a
Jess,
really good way to help brothers and
but
sisters.
Jess, sis, but Jess, honestly, I would rather cash app them the money because TikTok will take
Oh,
30
that's
to
true.
40%.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. I know
Yeah.
so many
Yeah,
brothers and sisters that are struggling right now
I've
So
that
I've had a
that sometimes I'm like, wow, how do we help them?
well, I've had a few people tell me that they just wanted to send money directly to me so we can pay for um, promoting the live. But there's a few reasons why I'm not going to do it. But one of the reasons that I'm not is because, again, TikTok forces this algorithm for you. They force you to play their game. So
Yeah.
if you send me the money, then that means you didn't give it to me through TikTok. Therefore, it hurts the algorithm. So it's crazy, man. I've been studying this. I'm learning more every day. But you have to play the algorithm. So even though they get a portion of the money, at least the algorithm gets played and they push out your live more.
Well,
So
That's what
that's
I'm
not
saying.
I
necessarily
don't know
Be
how.
true.
dangerous for
That
fraud.
no. Okay, so
Oh,
let me answer her
Stephanie.
question. Let me answer her question real quick, Trot, please. No, hun.
No.
So you can use your debit card, you can use your credit card. These websites are quote unquote secure as if you buy something off of Amazon. Okay, so and I would not advise anyone to buy gifts off of the app. You need to go and type in on Google, it's TikTok coins, and you will save 31%. So you'll get more coins for your money. Now, Trot,
Well,
I agree
how
with
do
you.
you hold on a
Yes,
second? Hold on. Let me ask you this: how do you get more money? How do you get more coins by buying them somewhere else?
because TikTok takes a profit off of what the coins that we buy. So if someone has their laptop or whatever open, go to Google and type in it's TikTok coins, and then you
No,
can
I'm
look.
gonna do it. Hold on a second.
Okay, go
Hold on.
ahead.
Let me
Go
do it
ahead.
real quick.
Misunderstood.
I'm just
Yes,
Misunderstood. It's
Trey.
kind of like buying followers. Like you buy followers on Social
Yeah,
Wick
yeah,
versus
yes.
Yes.
TikTok. Like
I have
you
a
could
question.
buy you could buy from TikTok followers. Like if you give them a certain amount of money, they like promise you a certain amount of followers, but it's more expensive rather than doing it through like Social Wick. It's the same concept.
That is correct. Or go into a live that has a lot of people, because
That's what
there
I
are two
do.
creators on this app that play games. They have some type of musically, some type of talent show, and then in that live, he will say, "Follow everybody who has less than at the time 1,000 followers, and a follow for a follow back." So you would have to follow that person back, and a lot of people received their follows that way, and
I
it was
have.
free.
I have. I did one of
So it's
mine.
all about how you maneuver on this app. I mean,
Hmm.
this
Yeah.
app, it's not just an app. People have made friendships on this app. Trot and Dre, people have met up and had a great time, which you would never have met any of these individuals if it wasn't for this app. So, Trot, have you found it, hun, on
yeah. So
Google?
it says TikTok. It says get coins. I mean, it looks like
Yes.
TikTok to me.
Yeah,
It does,
that's
but
it.
the price point is different. If you go into the gift at the bottom right hand corner, you will see the price difference.
Hold on. Go into the gift? What do you mean?
Yes. Okay. So at the bottom of the screen where you see the rows, well, maybe for me it's different because you're the host, but you'll see the gift. You see where it says rows, then gift. If you click gift, it will show you all the list of gifts. Shh. Go ahead.
Hold on. Let me show you. Hold on. Let me show you what I'm seeing. Hold on a second.
So would you say this is like an outreach if you're a church?
Yes.
While you're doing this, Trot, let me ask
I'm
Misunderstood.
going.
Misunderstood. You know if when you're a moderator on somebody's live, if you block somebody, does it show as if the host blocked them, or does it show the person, the moderator
It
who
shows
blocked
the
them?
person, shows the
No,
moderator.
well, it all depends on how the host has it set up because sometimes it will show the host. But if you go to the block list, you will see who was the mod that blocked. Because I block a lot
So
of people.
the person that gets blocked doesn't know who blocked them. They just think it was the host, but the host can see what moderator did the blocking. Is that what you're
No,
saying?
sometimes the
That
person
is
does
correct.
see it.
Yes,
But
sometimes
wait a
they do
minute.
because I had someone
That is correct.
come into my inbox. Someone came into
Exactly.
you blocked me, and yes, I sure did because of what you were saying. But I digress. But yes, it works both
How
ways
much
though.
money is 34,000? That lion was 34,000 coins, I guess.
Okay, okay, right there's a good question. So Trot, you see where it says custom? Type there, click there onto custom, and then type in 40,000, and it will give you the price point.
Yeah, what's 40,000?
He's gonna show us right now.
Oh, okay. So basically, hold on a second. So basically, 10,000 is $100. Basically, I mean that's if you want to, because if 40,000 is $400, then 10,000 is approximately $100.
Yes.
Basically.
So,
Dude, I don't have that kind of money.
That's fine, baby. That's fine. It's all about a TikTok family. But hold on, Trot. So anytime you see those pink banners going across anyone's live, that means someone threw someone a universe. And a universe is, I think, $340. And they have those multiple. One battler received in one battle $10,000.
Well, these young kids that I'm telling you about.
Absolutely.
Man, that's crazy.
And like I watched them for like 20, 30 minutes. They must have made thousands in half an hour. It was
Absolutely.
it was one gift after the other, and I'm talking about gifts that I have never seen. All kinds of rocket ships and astronauts, and the big lions and the little lions, and dolphins and whales and stars and ships and in
I
half
saw
an
that
hour.
dolphin. I saw that dolphin once.
In half an hour, they received. I'm telling you, they're buying uniforms and books and paying for all the kids in the village to go to school.
They're
That's
making
how
good
much
money
money
off
they're
of
making.
TikTok. Yeah.
I see
Their
somebody throw the
shoes,
fire
their
Phoenix.
clothes, everything. It's a blessing what they're doing.
You know what, Dre? I will send you a live when I know Slim goes live, and he gets that Phoenix a lot.
Wow,
So I'll
that's
send
like
you.
$417 or something like that.
Yes.
Sister beloved, if you know how you got 30 coins right now, when you
Yeah.
go, like you can go on a different live after this live ends, when Trot ends this live, those 30 coins will be an option for you that if you go in someone else's live and you click on, say, Jesse's box, and you go down to the bottom right corner, it'll say recharge. You hit that button, and then it will give you balances on what you have in your.
Yeah, I know how to do that part. I don't ever get
Okay.
that much. I usually get like $1 or two that I can share to other people, and I just go ahead and disperse it back into my Christian family on TikTok. That's
How do
what I
you do it? You do it differently. You how do you do it while you're on the live? You recharge?
No,
You can
no, you
if it's from a
can.
different live. Yeah,
Well, no,
you
you've got to
you
go into your
can't take your
settings to
thirty
But
do
wait
it
a minute,
coins
because
live.
what happens is with me, if I got coins, like I got 30 coins, I could click on Jesse's thing to give her one, and it might let me give her one rose, but I got to go into my profile to collect all those coins so I could give more roses than just one. You see?
No, that's not. No, that's not true. That's not what it. No, what it is
So
this. So
Jesse,
right now, I was in another live right now, and I have coins that I can redeem while I'm in this live, and then I'll be able
right,
to gift.
Right.
But the
Right.
other
so
live has
Jesse,
to have
if
been
you
closed.
Can you explain that
Jesse,
to
if
me,
you,
please?
I'm going to tell you right
So
now. So Jesse, if you click
Jesse,
on,
if you were
can y'all hear me?
One at a
If you
time,
click
please.
right now, Jesse, literally, if you click right now on gift, I'm looking at mine right now. You look at gifts, and then you look at the bottom right hand corner, you have a balance. If you tap your balance, you can see right there, right in that same thing under your balance, it'll say exchange live rewards balance for coins. You literally can click that, and then you can exchange whatever you have in your bank over.
Yeah, so
Can
Jesse,
you
you
still hear me
cannot
right now? I'm in that. I'm in it,
Hold on.
and I have a
Hold on for
question.
1
We can
second.
hear you
He's so
even
hot,
on
man.
mute, beloved. We can hear you on mute.
Okay, it shows 582 more experience points to level up. What's that mean?
That means in order for you to get to the next level, see, I'm on level 24. Okay,
They're
so
gifter levels. It depends on
the
how much
gift,
you gifted.
yeah, that's correct. So it will take me a
Oh,
lot more to get to 25.
and then down at the
so
bottom it says 21. What's that? With the crown.
that's
That's
just
probably
your
where you're at
gifter's
right now.
level. Yeah, when you keep gifting people, that will go up. But Jesse, say you had 100 coins that you got from Bobby tonight, and say Bobby ended his live, and now you're on Trot's live and you have 30 coins. You cannot redeem your 30 coins from this live until Trot ends his live, but you can redeem the 100 coins you got from Bobby's live because Bobby ended
No,
his
I
live.
know that. That part I know, and I knew how to
Okay.
do it the other
Oh,
way. I just didn't. But Stephanie, you have to lower your volume. You are blowing our eardrums away,
sorry,
sister.
Jesse.
You're blowing our eardrums away. Thank you. I knew how to do it the other way. I didn't know how to do it this way. Now, my big thing was I need to do my verification. They want my driver's license, and I was hesitating. That's why I haven't gifted anybody in the past week because I just didn't feel
Right.
comfortable giving them my driver's license.
Well, I'll tell
So,
you why, Jess, because now if you make a certain amount and you cash it out, you will receive a 1099 form because you'll be considered an
taxes.
employee. Yes, that is
Mm.
correct.
Oh, maybe
So
that's
if
why
you
they hired
exchange
all
it,
those IRS people.
No, what I do is I just give it, I pay it forward. That's all I do. I always pay it forward.
I do too, but I received a big gift and I saw how much money it was. I said, oh, I wish I would have did it the other way because you have an option in the beginning when you set it up. You can either do both or you can just do a gift. And I chose gift because I'm just like you. I'd rather just give it back.
Hey, Sister
So
Shelly.
yes. Yes.
Hey, Shelly. Hey, question. Hey, are
Yes.
you like the TikTok police? Because you know a lot of this stuff.
Well,
You know how much
I'm a
that be
mod on
expensive?
the other side of TikTok for a lot of battle creators and a lot of content creators that hold discussions about things that are going on in the world. I mean, especially with the whole brick lady that's going on and everything else. So I'm over
Brick
there.
lady. What
That's
is that?
growing.
What's a
You know
brick
that brick
No,
lady?
lady is growing
she's
big time.
The
You know that,
she's
bricks, the
right?
money
stewarding her
bricks.
talents well. That's what she's doing, Flip. She's
Well,
stewarding
no,
her
that's a
talents
fraud.
well.
Okay,
That's
that wasn't
adding.
that wasn't
Yep.
true. What happened, Trot, was that it was an African American woman. She did not give a man her phone number, and he hit her upside the head with a brick.
Oh,
Oh,
I
I thought it was
saw
just a
that.
brick.
So am I on
I'm
the other
sorry.
side
And
because
so
I
now,
saw that?
Time out.
no,
Time out. Hold
Now,
on. Hold on. Real quick.
yes,
Hold on.
Trot.
Hold on.
misunderstood.
I know,
Hold on,
Dre.
So
Sam.
I
I'm
Hold on, real
I'm
quick.
going to explain that. I know. Go.
Hold
I'm
on.
sorry, Trot. Go
Hold
ahead.
on. No, you're good, man. I'm just confused because we're talking about gifting, and now we're talking about a lady getting hit in the head with a brick.
I thought it
What?
was. You know what I
What I
thought it
miss?
was? I thought it
I
was
don't know what I
you
missed
know what,
Well,
either.
Cat?
because
I was
The
just trying to
bricking,
say, hey,
the changing of the money.
you're
I thought it was the changing of the money.
Oh no no no!
You know what I'm
I
talking
was
about?
piggybacking. Yes, I do, hon. I'm sorry. No, I was piggybacking off of what Flip said. He said that I'm like the TikTok police, and I said no, I'm mod for a lot of other creators on the other side of TikTok, and so
Yeah.
that's how that came up, Trot.
Yeah, so you steward your administration gifts. That's all I was saying.
Understood.
Oh, okay. I see.
Then you went to brick
Okay,
hitting.
so
And you're telling me
yeah,
that the
see.
video that I saw with the brick situation, I wasn't on the other side of TikTok. That came through this TikTok, I thought.
No, you were on the other side of TikTok,
I guess
but
so
that's not for
then.
this live. No, no, you're fine, hon. You're fine.
So that guy go to jail or what? I mean, what now I
You
got to
guys
know
have
what
to
conclusion.
understand.
There's
There literally
this.
isn't.
Go
Go
ahead,
ahead.
Dre.
Sorry.
No, no. Okay,
It was a lot
so
of drama, Jay.
there's a lot of drama. There's a lot of false videos because this lady has done hoax and pranks and stuff like this. But the end of it, the end all be all of it, it wasn't so much of her getting hit by a brick. It's the fact that there were a lot of other black men around that didn't do anything. That is the context of the conversation on the other side of TikTok, where black women are not feeling protected. So that's a different topic, Trot. But just to give the whole context.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll say this. I'll tell you something that I've noticed as time has gone, right? Like as our years get older, right? Like right now it's 2023, right? And eventually it'll be 3000, right? But as years get older, like I guess we could say as the world gets older, we'll just say that as the world gets older,
We
I've
can always say as
noticed
the world turns
that
also.
watch out, flat earthers.
As the world turns. So
So
that was a soap opera.
so yeah,
You
no,
get
I
it.
know. I'm just being facetious, but I've noticed that like back in the day, if and now you're saying this is a guy that threw a brick at a woman's head, right?
It could have been her
No,
lighter.
he hit. No, Trot. Sorry, he had it in his hand, and he just full fledged, just supposedly
Hit
just
her in her
hit her
teeth.
like he slapped her,
In her
like he
in
would
her
have slapped her,
face.
but he
Oh,
slapped her with
okay.
a brick.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay, so he used the brick to punch her basically to hit her in his hand. Okay. So
correct.
back in the day, it would not have mattered how wrong the woman guys would not have just sat there. But I've noticed we're coming to this I don't know how to explain it, but we're coming to a turning point in that because, and it's a few reasons, but one of them is, and it doesn't matter who started it, okay, but it got started that women are the same as men, and so when you try to force men to treat women the same, eventually it is going to happen. I don't know why this is so hard. Like when you tell people, you stop, like, don't open the door for women. A woman, she don't need a man. She can do things herself. I'm telling you, when you brainwash men to believe this, why is anyone surprised that that's how they're treating the women? That's how they're being brainwashed.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm
Keep
saying
burning
it's
your
a newer
bras.
generation.
Keep burning your bras.
That's one. Okay, that's one. That's one. Two, it's like now it does matter if the woman deserves it. About this lady, and I am going to assume this, but I could be wrong. I'm just assuming, so I'm not saying I'm right. But if she has a TikTok, I'm wondering how she acts on her TikTok, and if she is real female dog attitude, if you know what I mean. If she has a real female dog attitude, that means that it's possible that the guys there are saying, "Oh no, you deserve that." So
there are a lot of men that are saying that.
A lot of men saying that.
There were a lot of
so
black men
that
saying
means,
that, Trot. So yes.
Okay, so that means number one, we're trying to teach everybody that women need to be treated the same. There's number one. Number two, if she has a female dog attitude, it's not that the guys don't care, but they've already been taught the women to be treated the same. And so if the attitude is, oh, you kind of deserve that, that's only because that first it was pushed that we're supposed to treat females the same. Now, what state did this happen in? Do you know?
It happened in Texas. It happened in Houston.
Know?
It happened in Houston.
Where at?
In Houston.
Oh, in Houston. And so,
yes.
Yeah, so I would like to know the ages of these people. Do you have any idea about how old they were?
They weren't my age.
25.
No, yeah, they were young.
Excuse me. Hold on. They were between the ages of 24 and 32. So they were some young millennials. And so, but this lady has an issue.
Right.
But hold on, Troy. But see, there's more to the context of it. But I don't want to get into all that too much. Okay, go ahead.
No, real quick. No, just let me say this one last part. And so Houston, Austin, Dallas, they're very liberal now. If y'all didn't know that. So when I say very, okay, they're very democratic. So it doesn't surprise me that it happened in a democratic area. It doesn't surprise me that nobody helped her. And then now you're saying that there are a lot of guys saying she deserved it. Now, first off, I'm not saying she did. I didn't see it. But I'm just saying, man, after a while, there's just too many things that are pointing to a type of brainwashing that started, years ago. And the fruit of that is starting to show and people don't like it. But the seed was planted a long time ago. And now that the fruit of that has arose, people are mad because they're just standing around. Well, what do you think's going to happen when you're teaching them that you need to treat? I'm in agreement. The whole thing is right. Get it. And if they're saying that no guy got mad, like none, again, well, you reap what you sow.
I didn't agree with it. I know I commented on that live that was going on. Actually, I went up in the box really. And no matter how the woman was acting, no woman should act that way anyways. But still, I didn't agree. I think a man is a lot stronger than a woman. And I guess he asked her for her phone number, and she told him no, and that's when he hit her. But see, there was some enticing that went on from her. There was some enticing that went on before that because she was kind of a bully, is from what I could gather. But still,
well, no, try. See, you're hearing part of the story, but the real issue behind all that. Yes, you're right. And a lot of women understand that it was the feminist movement. I'll put a name to it, but at the end of the day, when it's on my side of TikTok, it's the fact of the matter is what they're saying that black men are not protecting because they want women to be submissive. They want basically for us to basically bow down, not to work, not to have a voice in the house, just to do what the men tell us to do. And so, but then they say you have to vet better. You're choosing the wrong men. It's a Pookie and a Ray Ray, and that's the terminology that they use because the men who women are choosing are not the men who are these passport men who have to go overseas to find a woman, but never would bring those women back over here because then they'll see there will be a better crop of men to choose from because these passport men, most of these men are not desirable men. So it's a
misunderstood.
Yes.
You got to explain what a passport. They don't know what that is.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
They don't know what that is.
Well, without using a race, use your imagination.
Ray, come on, Stephanie. I'm going to ask you.
It has nothing to do with race.
You need to.
Can everybody just like mute up for a second? Good Lord.
No, a passport man is a man that has given up on women here in the U.S. and they're taking their passports and going to third world countries to find a wife because they're more family oriented.
I don't blame them, man.
Oh Lord, okay.
That's the truth. That's the truth. Listen, and the
I don't blame them one bit. Look,
and that's not only that's
okay. Look,
Latin men are doing that like it's unbelievable.
Yeah, I don't blame them one bit, man. And I'll say this. Oh my Lord. Boy, I didn't know this conversation was going to turn into that. But all right, well, 30 more seconds and we'll be done with that nonsense. But look, that's why it's important for a man to put himself under the authority of Christ. Okay, because what's happening is everybody wants like their say so. Like it's like, what about me? What about me? So hold on, let me say this. So the men aren't happy with the women because the women has pushed it again, guys, just bear with me. I'm not talking about all women with me. I'm just getting straight to the nitty gritty, right? I'm talking about the way these men are thinking, right? The women has pushed this agenda that they're their own woman. They don't need a man and all this. And so the guy's like, fine. So they become what y'all are calling a passport.
But you know what?
A passport man. And they, hold on a second. And so they go to other countries because I hate to say this, they are doing that out of selfishness themselves. So nobody wants to be the leader. So what we're doing is people are going to other countries because morals are still standing high in other countries. And so a man.
No.
I disagree with that.
Let me finish. I'm not even done. Hold on. I'm not even
Y'all
done.
let the
You don't
man
disagree.
finish. Let the man finish first, and then disagree.
Guys,
Let
you
the
don't
man
disagree
finish.
with someone unless they're done talking. I'm not done. So to say you disagree, how could you disagree? You're not even understanding the point I'm making. So understand, I said this before and I'll say it again. In these man's heads, did y'all not hear me say that before?
Okay.
I heard you say it.
I didn't hear you.
Okay, so I'm going to say it again. Stick with me here. In these man's heads, they are saying, so these women want to be treated like a man. These women are saying that they want a job. They want to make money. So these guys have made up their minds that they're going to go overseas and get morals because in their head, there's no more women that have morals. And these questions and the kind of morals that I'm saying that these guys are talking about are like, cook for the man, wash dishes for the man and do all these things for the man, what people would call a traditional wife, okay, in their head. I don't know why I got to keep repeating that, but in their head, that is what they have told themselves. Therefore, they have given themselves permission to leave this land and go find a woman elsewhere who's going to be a traditional wife.
Amen.
So it's very simple.
Then I agree with it now.
Can I say something
that's what
now?
I'm saying. Well, I'm done. So
Okay.
Obviously, yeah. I mean,
And
don't interrupt me to say something.
I'm sorry. You're right.
Sorry.
Everything you said is correct. 100% correct. But this is where the problem lies, though. When they go to those countries, usually the women that they pick up over there know what they want. They just want to come here. So when they finally do bring them here, and this is a true story. I'm going to give you guys a true story. The guy goes to a different country. He picks up the girl, right? He goes, he gets her, he brings her here. In a year, the person has to wait a year and a day to get their green card and to become legal, whatever, after they do the paperwork. That same day when the guy showed up to the house, she literally took everything. She put everything in a U-Haul while he was at work, took everything, even the car. The only reason he was able to get the car back was because the car was under his name. And I've seen this a thousand times.
I've seen it too.
I haven't seen it 1,000 times. That's a very rare case. Usually, when a passport man goes overseas,
I've seen it a bunch of times.
Okay, you can talk. Go ahead. You got it.
I wanted to say something about that. Or if she doesn't take everything, she comes over here, and once she's legal, so she was being that traditional wife to the man where he fell in love and thought, this is the woman of my dreams. He brings her back, and then after she becomes legal, she looks for another man, and she leaves him. I've seen that happen too.
Or Dre can finish his point.
Can Dre finish his point, please? Because I would like to make a statement.
Yeah, so a lot of times that happens more often than not with the guy when he goes for a woman. I've seen that a lot, especially like that 98-day fiance thing. It's usually the guy playing the woman, like almost every time, honestly.
Hold on, bro.
When the
Hold on. 98-day fiance. What? What are you talking
it's a
about?
90-day fiance. Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
It's a 90-day
Is that a TV
fiance.
show? Is that a TV show?
Bro, I used to watch that. I used to watch that show with my wife all the time, bro. It used to be so funny to me, bro. Like I was like, "Yo, this is hilarious." These people are
98-day
desperate,
fiance.
bro. Yeah, it was very desperate, but usually when I'll be honest with you, usually when you see, like, you've been to Africa, you've been to Nigeria, I've been to Africa a bunch of times, like, you know that it is a little different over there. It's a little different over there. So I don't care what
especially,
nobody says, bro.
let me say
different.
this. Hey, let me say this. Especially when you're Texas stupid and you think that they're gonna dance like black people in America.
Oh, bro, my Lord,
bro! Listen, bro. They invite me to this party, man. They got these mud shacks, in the area that I'm at, and they invite me to this party, and I can't say no. You don't say no to certain people that are asking you to go to this party. So I'm like, oh my Lord, yeah, I'll go. I was like, y'all gonna have some of that soup, because Nigeria, boy, that makes some good soup. But anyway, like, y'all got some of that soup, I'm coming. And so I get up there, and I thought that they were playing around the way they were dancing. I thought they were playing. There's no way you're gonna make me think that their version, like their new version of dancing, was like 1970. I mean, Bubba, you might as well just play Staying Alive all night. That's how they dance. It's like 1970 type stuff. And I thought they were playing around until, an hour passed and they're still doing it. I'm like, oh, they're not playing around. Like, they dance like it's Saturday Night Fever. You hear me? Like, just, yeah, completely different, man. No doubt. 100%. Not even close to being the same. But, oh, no, you were saying something, bro. I just had to throw that out there. Like, it's just so different.
I'm going to just get it grounded misunderstood. Go ahead. You got the mic.
Thank you, brother. But the biggest thing, Trot, is in regards to some of the passport men who do go. Unfortunately, some of the it's funny. It's funny because it's
passport men misunderstood. I got
you do.
Dudes, bro.
Oh my God! But some of them are robbed.
Hold on. Hey, let me say this. Let me say this real quick. I just want everybody to know this is a 2-a-day. Y'all start bringing this up on the morning shows, man. We're going to shut down Descaled, man. I'm just letting you know that right now. I mean, these conversations, man. Passport man. Oh, my Lord. All right, let's go.
Did they get that name from the military? Because the military men brought women from different countries. They actually married them and brought them through the military,
I have no idea. I know that Misunderstood was talking and I interrupted her, but I just wanted to make clear that this is a 2-a-day, so I don't mind digressing on the subject.
Derailed.
But we're at derailed right now. All right, Misunderstood, hit it.
Hey, but some of these men are robbed, so we laugh at them because they go over here, they go over there, and they make this big thing, and then the women know.
Hey, hold on. Let me get some clarification. They go over where exactly? Because y'all haven't told me that. Where are they going?
Okay. It's to third world countries. So some of them go to Brazil, some of them go to Asia, and then some of them think that the Dominican is third world.
Cuba,
that's how slow.
They go to Cuba.
Some of them are just that slow that they don't understand. And some of them can't even afford a passport. But that's a whole other conversation. They just don't want to deal with women in America. But needless to say, some of them have been stranded because they have been robbed and they cannot come back over here. So them trying to divest, guess what? Yes, they held alive. They have held alive to raise money to bring someone back.
Oh
So
my
yes.
God.
So it's a joke. It's a joke because basically you're not desirable. No one wants to talk to you. So it's just as if being a BBW woman and men who are not attracted.
Hold on a
Let me
second.
finish.
Hold
Let me
on.
finish.
We got a full
Time out.
definition, but there's just
Hold
they're
on.
just letters.
Hold on a second. Being
I
a
misunderstood you too
BBW,
much.
a black woman, a BBW.
Oh no!
BBW.
It stands for a beautiful big woman. Dre, my bad. I shouldn't have.
Oh.
I'm trying to be
beautiful big
TikTok
woman.
etiquette. Yes.
All right. Okay, so
I know
all
a
right,
guy who's
okay.
been over in the
You know what?
Philippines.
I'm just not even going to ask anymore. Okay, so okay, just repeat what you said, and I'll take away my interruption. I just wanted to understand, but it doesn't matter. Why did you use that? Why'd you say BBW? Say it again. They're looking for that, or
Okay.
what?
No, they're not. So it's just like some men don't desire a big woman. They want healthy and fit. And so these men are not desirable by all women. It doesn't matter. And so now they try to lead with their money, and then some of them try to use the Bible. And then and those are the lives I used to send you and Dre all the time. I'm like, wait a minute, y'all need to come and listen to this stuff that they trying to spew.
Hold on a second. Hey, hold on a second.
Yes.
Who's trying to use the Bible? Who's trying to use the Bible?
Some of these men tried. These are the lives I was sending you.
Hold on.
Yes.
Hold on. Okay. So some of them, how come they don't have a name? Why do you got names for everything else? Passport Man, BBW. What are these guys called to use the Bible?
That's them.
No.
That's the passport men, bro. They use the Bible.
The passport men use the Bible. Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
And the red pillars.
On the Bible, yeah.
Dre, just teach him a little bit, because I'm saying things that he's not knowledgeable
please
of.
don't.
I'm sorry.
Please don't. No, I'm good.
Yes, Dre.
The crazy part is they could just go to Iraq and do muta.
I know.
Red pillars are annoying.
Exactly.
Oh, my Lord. All right.
What are you talking about?
You want to hear something funny? Wait a minute. You want to hear something
Our
funny?
conversations, Ryan, that we have on.
Wait, yeah, you got to hear this. Here in Florida, in South Florida, you go to Miami, right? And these passport men will go into a jewelry store that rents you jewelry. And they rent these chains and all these gold thick chains and all this jewelry, and they'll go where they're going with all this jewelry on, and everybody thinks they have all this money on because they have this gold on, and they don't know that all that is rented. It's not even theirs.
You mean like industry rappers
killing me, man.
These guys are prostitutes, man. That's what they are. They're just
I'm picturing a bunch of pimp daddies running around, man.
Hey, it's called gigolos, bro. You got to use the right term. It's a gigolo.
a gigolo. Yeah, I've seen that movie.
Deuce Bigelow, male gigolo.
Broke. They're broke though, Trot. They're broke. They make less than $35,000 a year, but they want to try to take care of a wife and have her stay home and not contribute to the household. Make that make sense.
I got a buddy.
Well, you know what's messed up,
Retired from the
is
Marine
when.
Corps.
Y'all hear me?
You got it, John. Go ahead.
You know what's messed up is when you have so there was this older electrician, right, journeyman, who he did the mail order bride thing, and come to find out, she ended up unaliving him. They found out that she had poisoned his medicine that he was supposed to take, and they didn't find it out till like a handful of years later. Someone did an autopsy, and so here she is sitting with all the insurance and everything she got from his death, and then she ends up in jail now, like 4 years later after that. So you better make sure you're desirable.
If the men are doing all that, then I understand why the women over in America are burning their bras.
Oh my
No,
The
lord!
reason
All
the men
right.
are going overseas is
Okay,
because
never
the women
mind.
are burning the bras.
the woman he got, she did that to him. So
No.
he's unalive.
I know a
All
guy
right.
who's
I think.
been over
Okay.
in the Philippines for 10
Try,
years
I have a
now.
question. Can we have we spoke about the Jezebel spirit? Try.
Oh my lord! The Jezebel spirit.
Dre,
Love
don't
it.
say nothing.
Love it.
Dre.
I love
Not a
it.
not a spirit.
The
It's a woman
Jezebel
in the
spirit.
Bible, not a spirit.
I. You know what,
Yeah, I
Master?
think.
Hush. I want to hear from
I
Trot.
think. I think. I think. Yeah. So. Gee. So that's somewhere along the way. Someone started this name, right? Jezebel spirit, and they're claiming that this woman is like the standard of a serpent authority over the. Oh man, I tell you what. This will do. It's already 8. Hey, I have to go. I got about an hour done. And I mean, I'm going to get it done.
Dude, I
It's
just
got to be
popped
done
right
before
back
9.
on here, and you just got to leave.
Oh, you have
Oh
no
man,
idea.
Bubba, y'all have. Hey, Descaled has been derailed for too long. I'm trying to get these wheels back on the track. So, but guys, come on. Look, I'm not ignorant to everything that goes on in this. Come on, like just because I don't know, BBSW or whatever you said, just
He
because I
said
don't know what all the little
BB.
terms or whatever you said, just because I don't know all the little terms, it doesn't mean I don't know. When you tell me what it actually is, it doesn't mean I don't know what it is. I just don't know your little, abbreviations and stuff like that. But BBSW, yeah, that BBSW or whatever you said. But
That means big, super big woman. That means she
oh
extra
my Lord,
large.
have mercy.
I'm sorry.
Okay,
I'm sorry, Trot.
whatever,
You guys, I swear.
BB.
Is that what I
Hey,
walked
look
into?
what Freddie wrote. Hey, look what Freddie wrote. Try it. Look what Freddie wrote.
That's
Yeah,
just
big
Big
Bible
Bible
study
bullshit.
study
warriors.
Yeah. But anyway, so I guess part of the live was partially educational to the world we live in. And the thing is, we do live here, so I mean, there's nothing wrong to have the topic here and there. I don't think that that's all that people need to talk about. You kind of get lost in the sauce there, but I mean, if guys are able to hit women in the face with a brick and like nobody gets mad, like man, that's unheard of in the area that I'm from. Like I never even heard of that. But well, you reap what you sow, right? So if we're teaching kids, that women are the same, I'm telling you, eventually that's how they're going to view it. They're not looking at this strong man hurting this wee little woman. They're not looking at that because they have been taught we're all the same. Back in the day, it was big bad wolf man beat up little woman. That's how we looked at it. The Bible even tells us, man, in so many ways that that's true, but we're getting to a point where there are no absolute truths. Therefore, men and women are the same. And now they're surprised. They're surprised that the boys that have been taught this are now grown men, and they're afraid to defend a woman because if they do, that's sexist. Because you have to, the only way you would defend her is because you must believe she's lesser. But now if you, man, screwed if you do, screwed if you don't, man. But BBWM, I don't know what BBWM is.
Big bad wolf man.
Big bad. Yeah. So, well, guys, hey, thanks for the up-to-date current affairs on educational world of derailed. But
Man, you gotta have a little comedy every once in a while.
Oh man, yeah, no, that's why I said, hey, come on. That's why I said, look, we all live in this world, man. I mean, So yeah, no, there's nothing wrong to have, a conversation about current, because what it is, it's really just current affairs, man. Okay, if y'all telling me that the new thing is, passport man, I don't believe it's new. Maybe that term is new, because I know back in the day people used to get married to people that are overseas, but there's nothing wrong with current affairs. I don't see anything wrong with going over current affairs. I just think it can become wrong if like 10 hours go by and that's all you're talking about, like every day for 10 hours. I can see that as being a problem. Like, everybody is more familiar. Everybody is more familiar with the crazy stuff than they are the stuff that makes sense.
They used to call them male
we're supposed to be
brides.
more familiar.
They used to call them male brides.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Male brides.
The mail order.
Yeah, I've heard that.
The mail order brides.
Yeah, male brides.
Mail order. Yes.
Yeah, I've heard that before. But yeah, I don't want anybody to think that I'm knocking the topic. We digress.
Trot, I wasn't even.
Sports.
Yes,
I mean, it's
Trot. Honestly, I wasn't thinking that at all. I'm so glad that it was semi brought up. And the reason why I asked about the Jezebel spirit, because I brought it to Dre and to Ryan, that's why they laughed, is because this is the basis of their reasoning. They're saying that the reason why that they do these things is because the women who wear makeup and lashes and weaves and whatever are Jezebel spirits. And they're taking it out of connotation.
Wow.
And that's why. To circle it back around, and that's why I'm saying they use the Bible the wrong way.
Yeah, I think we'll go over the story of Jezebel, and I've already went over the makeup part about her. But we could probably do it tomorrow. I think I have just a few more things to talk about on harnessing emotions, but I do want to finish that off. But if you come on in the morning, I'm going to say we might be done with harnessing your emotions after about 30 minutes or so, maybe 40. And then if you remind me, we'll go to where Jezebel is in the story, and I'll show you how being familiar with the Bible is so beneficial, so you can kind of understand what the Bible is telling us about Jezebel. And then we'll kind of point out why people are using this Jezebel spirit, and they're kind of trying to understand Scripture with their carnal mind, and it doesn't edify, at all, because that's not what the Bible, the character Jezebel in the Bible, is not there for the purpose that I've heard a lot of people use her for. That's not what what it means at all. But we'll go over it, and then maybe you can not you, but whoever, figuratively, anybody, you can go over what Jezebel is, who Jezebel is, and you can maybe educate somebody on exactly what that is, rather than this idea that is coming from people who claim that they're familiar with the Bible, but the truth is they're not even close to being familiar with it as they're claiming. And that's why they say foolish things like this, and they go around pointing their finger and trying to, any woman that is like, that don't bow down, they're a Jezebel. And so we'll go over it tomorrow.
That's
after
it,
we
basically,
talk
in a
about.
nutshell.
Another good topic would be, we are not of this
Thank you,
world.
Trot.
We digress from this world. Okay, and that'd probably be a good topic too, because we're not part of this world. We have to remember that.
Well, yeah, and we've been talking about that, right? So for the past few days, I was going over spirit, soul, and body, and right. That was part of it. Is that we're in this world, but we're not of this world. And then so I'm finishing it off, getting into harnessing your emotions, which is kind of basically pointing the finger at who you used to be, and we all need to learn what exactly that is, only so we can know what strongholds to tear down, and taking certain thoughts captive that we should have taken captive a long time ago. And it's just hard. Sometimes it's hard to see those things, and for someone to help point out what that is. But if anybody's got anything to say before we bounce, go right on ahead.
Thank you for the live.
You put these evening ones on the YouTube as well, right?
Yeah, I'm going to be, I haven't posted any, dude, in like almost 2 weeks. So here in a minute, I'm about to download. First, I'm going to download all of them, and then I'll start posting them. But yeah, all of them get posted. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So is your YouTube 12 trot?
Somebody type in the YouTube channel?
Yeah, I'll type it in there.
Yeah, beloved. Yeah, beloved. Thank you for asking, man. We always forget to type it in, but it's at Descaled Live, Descale ED, Descaled Live. So if somebody can type it in, if I have to. Yeah, so Jude has it. Yeah, okay, so it's right there at Descaled Live.
Got it. Thanks.
Live. Yeah. So that's the YouTube channel. So make sure you add the at. So at Descaled Live, and subscribe and hit the little bell. That way when I upload new videos, you can get a chime and you'll know like another one has been uploaded.
Okay, cool.
Reruns. Morning lives. YouTube, they're reruns. Yes, they're pretty much, they're just a recorded lives. Yeah. Right. So, okay, guys, man. Hey, we had anybody else got something to say?
Have a good evening.
God bless, brother.
See y'all in the AM.
All right. See y'all in the morning, man. God bless.